Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the Fever Pitch Podcast. I'm your co-host Brian.
I'm Dan. How you doing?
What's up,
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yo.
What's good? What's good? We had a wild week
Ravens.
last weekend. We had a lot of games, but we're just gonna dive straight into it. Let's talk about the Browns versus Texans. Talk to me, Dan.
So y'all can't talk about the real Joe Shiesty. Playoff
Joey Flacco
Flacco.
Flame.
Joey Flacco Flame. Oh, the Browns and the Ravens are gonna be in the AFC Championship. I don't want to hear none of that, man. I told y'all at the top of the season. I'm gonna tell y'all again. The Almighty Seven runs the state of Ohio. He went there in college, put Belton behind. Went to Cincinnati, put Belton behind. Now Cleveland coming here, Belton behind again. Oh, Joe Flacco doesn't know picks in the playoffs. He threw two completions to linebackers that went to the crib. CJ Stroud, 16 for 21, 274, three tuds, no picks. Slow start. I won't even call it a slow start, a calm start.
Yeah,
And it
very
was like, oh, it might get dark. It did for Cleveland.
for Cleveland.
And, Houston's going into Baltimore. I'm looking forward to that. But, obviously, CJ Stroud has the offensive rookie of the year title on lock. And he's been doing what he's been doing all year. He's not a test taker, he's a football player. And when he plays football, he handles business.
I second that. I mean, Brian, I can't remember if you picked the Texans or not. I know me and Dan did. But I mean, Zay, who unfortunately isn't here today, picked the Browns. And he said, yo, y'all better watch out for that man, Joe Flacco. He coming into the bank. He's gonna beat the Ravens. I was not worried about him. He did an inside job. He got on the Browns. He made them lose, all that. And I said on the pod, y'all can go check this. I said Joe Flacco throws two picks, they lose. He threw two picks, as Dan said, to the opposition. Was not worried about Joe Flacco at all. CJ's him. He's more than just a starting quarterback. He's here to stay, and he got a bright future.
What surprised you guys most about the Texans' play?
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta give a shout out to Coach Miko, man. The Miko Ryan, we're doing it, man. It's like, the Texans are a very young unit, but you can see they perform like they've been here before. CJ Stroud, I know he's a rookie, but like even during the summer there, like he plays like a 10-year vet. Plays a clean game, doesn't turn the ball over often. And even in the face of adversity, he can shake it off and handle business. And that's exactly what he did.
Exactly. I mean, me and Dan, we've been talking about CJ like all year. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for those two games he missed, because I think it was a concussion, right? Concussion or something else. I mean, we could talk about them being like the second seed for real. You know. Well, like we knew CJ had it in him to get this dub. Like I wasn't worried about the Browns. I thought it was gonna be closer. I'm not gonna hold you, but I mean that Joe Flacco turnover line is always gonna hit. So
I'm not gonna lie. I did initially have the Browns, right? It just made sense. Joe Flacco, he had been rolling. He's been throwing a lot of picks, but I was like, maybe he can get it done. They're on the road in Texas. I turn on the TV, right? And I see clearly I'm watching Texas's real number one team. Joe Flacco is throwing picks. I see the defense for the Texans locking Joe Flacco up, getting to him. He's getting sacked, QB pressures. He's getting hit. He's 37 years old. He can't be taking that. His daughter's probably in middle school. This man has a family. He's not supposed to be. That line need to protect him. I was most disappointed in the offensive line for the Browns because they've been pretty sturdy throughout the year. But I don't know whether it's that playoff atmosphere, whether it was being on the road. They didn't look like the typical Texans, and specifically their defense too. That did not look like the typical Browns defense that we've seen all season. That is able to get to the QB. They're able to force situations. It looked like the secondary was out there doing absolutely nothing, from a 76-yard touchdown from Brevin Jordan to players that I hadn't even heard about just going long for the ball. You had Xavier Hutchinson getting some touches. Robert Woods even got some touches as well. Devin Singletary was going crazy. He had 66 yards, a touchdown, and even picked up a few receiving yards as well. But the star of the game was really the connection from CJ Stroud to Nico Collins, even with Noah Brown out and they got Tank Dell out.
Out for the season, yeah.
They're still able to get it done, and they did it in convincing fashion. I thought there was going to be a close game, but it clearly wasn't. And the Texans have shown they're here to stay.
Yeah. And then it's like, I think the Browns underprepared, or they didn't have enough to prepare. They didn't play when they played the Browns. I mean, when they played the Texans, they didn't have CJ, they didn't have Nico, right? So it's like, it's hard to get film, especially from that game, because they obviously didn't have Nico or CJ. Mm-hmm. And again, like Dan was saying, like CJ plays like he's a veteran. I think they underprepared. Obviously, they were confident. The Browns are confident in their defense. I was confident in their defense too. However, I think they underprepared with CJ and his abilities as, like, you know, really like looking at him like a veteran quarterback rather than a rookie. So, you know, I'm not too surprised from the matchup. I mean, for the win.
I got some cold facts for you guys. The Texans allowed 0 sacks. They did not have a single 4th down in this game.
That's crazy. Dang.
Wait, are you sure? I see 4 punts here.
Or they didn't go for it at all on 4th down. It says 0 for 0 on 4th down efficiency.
Yeah, they didn't go for it. They
didn't go for it.
Right.
But I mean, yeah. I'm really not shocked. Like, I mean, we had a friend who's not going to be named said it was going to get dark for the Texans after one score, one touchdown. Yeah, I think it might get dark. Like Dan said, complete opposite. But I mean,
yeah,
I was never worried.
They had 8.1 yards per play. They only had 44 snaps on offense, and they only possessed the ball for 24 minutes versus the Browns 35 minutes. So they're out there taking deep shots. CJ Stroud is a gunslinger, and we've barely even seen him use his legs at this point.
That's another thing too. He could be a threat on the ground, but I mean, he really doesn't need to when he can throw like that. So,
hey, we might have to see it this upcoming week, but we'll talk about this upcoming week very soon. When you guys look at this game, right? Do you think it was more of the Browns letting up, or the Texans rising to the challenge?
But Joe Flacco had 5 throws left in him and used them all in the first quarter. He was cooked. He was cooked from the start. I mean, I think the defense, but especially seeing the offense not generate really anything after the first quarter, or like kind of like midway through the second quarter, definitely had an effect on them. I think, they did get, a little bit let down, but
yeah. I would say it's like a 12-round boxing match. First 2 rounds, gotta test that chin, caught me. When the corner was like, hey man, we need you to lock in and take this over. And then that second half,
boom. Back-to-back pick sixes.
So, especially when your defense is doing that, gives your offense some breathing room. And honestly, like I said, when the Texans played the Colts in Week 18, that was a playoff game, and we saw what they did. So now they're back in Houston for another playoff game against Cleveland. I wasn't worried at all.
They were actually in Indianapolis that last game.
Hey man, close enough.
Yeah, it's both in the dome. So anyway.
Close enough. They played there twice. They gotta play the Colts twice a year, and they already beat them. They already played them in Houston. So going to Indy, that was circled on the calendar for months now, and they got it done. So I'm very proud of Houston. Shout out to Coach Ryan. Shout out to CJ
Yeah, shout out to
Stroud.
Nico. Shout out Nico,
For
CJ.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's as simple as
I know.
that. It's as simple as that, the way you guys put it. The Texans play cold ball, but let's talk about a cold game. Let's talk about the Dolphins versus Chiefs. Talk to me, Dan.
Man, listen. I got a homie, well, a homie of a homie who's like I call him a tour apologist. So it's like
Jesus Christ.
whenever there's any tour slander, he puts the cape on. So shout out to you. You know who you are. Out the gate, when Tua threw, let's go back to week 18 when the Bills and the Dolphins played each other. You saw how Tyreek Hill set out one play, and then the very next play was a completion to Tiverett, my guy. And ended the game, but the Bills had the W. So I was like, now you had to go in the Arrowhead. It's cold. You're already not that great of a thrower of the football, and the Chiefs defense can stop the run pretty well. So I was like, this is gonna get bad way before it gets good. And sure enough, it did. Kansas City struck first. Tyreek Hill caught a go ball, and after that, the Dolphins didn't do anything. And I woke up and the Chiefs had 26 points. Um, Rasheed Rice special.
Special.
I'm gonna say it again. Rasheed Rice, double R, special. I'm gonna
Dan
say it one more
Yes.
time. Rasheed Rice, special. Anyway, and Isaiah Pacheco, dog, he gets it done. I was like, they're probably gonna put the ball on the ground a lot, and they did 147 yards on the ground. Patty had 41, Clyde had 21, Pacheco had 89, and a house call. So yeah, it was an offensive masterclass in the Arrowhead by the Chiefs. Got it done. Tua threw a pick that was caught by Mike Edwards, former Buccaneer, playoff veteran. And yeah, it was just a good showing overall.
This is what I thought it was gonna be. I said on the pod last week, 23-7. It was 26-7.
Hey, you were close.
Tua is 0 before this game. He was 0-4 in games under 40 degrees, not 0-5. Tua is only good as the competition around him. Obviously, he had Reek and Waddle, but playing in the cold in Kansas City, the hostile environment, and the Chiefs defense, like Dan said, no scrubs. They can stop the run. Obviously, Dolphins couldn't get the run game going, and you got to rely on Tua to pass the ball. And negative what? Like, what was it? 15? Negative 15?
Let me
Something crazy.
see.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Like you gotta rely on Tua to throw the ball in that cold weather. Like he's gonna fail every time. And then that touchdown that they did get was really like it was low key a prayer. The ball wasn't even that good to read. So
Yeah.
take that away. Obviously they got 0, but it's like they couldn't do anything. So it was expected.
Yeah, playoff Patty showed that he is in fact a different person. I did pick the Dolphins, and I was wrong here because I'd seen from Patrick Mahomes a shaky run, and I was like, okay, Tyreek Hill revenge game V2. Okay, you're in Kansas City. The doubters are saying you can't play in the cold. To me, right? I thought, okay, maybe you guys take practice on the road to another facility or something, somewhere in the cold, so you can get acclimated for a week. That's what I think they would. That's what I thought they would have done, something like that, right? But as we could see, they could not throw the ball at all in this game. They were 1 for 12 on third down. Tua got sacked twice. Tua threw a pick. It was just a bad game overall. They had 76 rushing yards. A-Chain, who typically has over 100 rushing yards in a game, had 9 overall rushing yards, averaging 1.5 on 6 carries. Mostert had 33 yards on 8 carries. So all in all, the only player who was impressive for the Dolphins at all in this game was Tyreek Hill, catching that go ball. Cedric Wilson had a little bit of a showing, but Jalen Waddle was virtually non-existent, and so on.
Coming back from an injury too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
my question is, Tua's in the last year of his deal. Last year being this next season. So, do y'all extend them?
Nah.
It's like I want to say give him one more season, but again, it's like you pointed out. He went out against the Bills next play through the Taylor wrap. I feel like you take Reek and Waddle out the equation, and I'm not trying to like take them out just to take them, but like you take them out, like you'll see his play is not that good. Like he's good as a competition around him, right? He's got the running game to back him up. The defense, I mean, they had injuries, but the defense is solid. I mean, everything's right there. They just can't be good teams, and two is just not up to the occasion in big games. So I say no. I say no.
I've seen Mike McDaniel catch a lot of heat for some of his play calling schemes. I feel like sometimes when quarterbacks don't rise to the occasion, they like to blame all the pieces around them. But sometimes I'm just saying you might not be that guy. And I don't think Tua's that guy, respectfully, disrespectfully. Um, but hey, we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah.
I think when we look at the Dolphins, right, a big thing that we said about this game is it's cold. Run the ball. These guys did not run the ball. They kept it in the air. You got A-Chain, who has been going crazy. You got Mostert back there. You essentially have a revolving wheel back there of running backs who have shown that they can put the ball on the field and get you yards. Okay, sure, it doesn't work the first time. Sure, it doesn't work the second time. But for A-Chain to only touch the ball 6 times,
that is crazy.
Is ridiculous. A-Chain only 8 times.
Mostert.
Oh yeah, Mostert only 8 times. That's ridiculous. So I understand why Mike McDaniel got some flack for his play calling. I think this has been a clear wake-up call for them, and they're going to look very different next season. I know that it looks like they're more of some regular season guys, but I really hope that that's not the case because they have Tyreek Hill, who's been to a Super Bowl. He knows the caliber and level he has to play at.
Mm-hmm.
And you have also Jalen Ramsey also in the secondary as well.
Mostert too. I think he was on that 49ers team when they went to the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure.
Mostert too. You have people who have played up to that level, and these are expensive people as well. Next season, it's about rising to the occasion or turning a new leaf, essentially, for them.
Unfortunately, as long as Josh Allen is still in the AFC East, Tua will always be number 2. So
that's a hot take.
So
always
we've seen it. And Josh Allen is just a reincarnated Carson Wentz. So if you can't output, and Tua is like a Simone Drew Brees. And unfortunately, it's like respectfully, disrespectfully, it seems like Carson Wentz, this reincarnated Carson Wentz is doing a lot more than Simone Drew Brees is right now. So,
that's telling, very telling. Like the play you talked about the play calling with Mike McDaniel, how people were complaining. I mean, the Chiefs defense they were stopping the run, and it was up to Tua to do something about it.
Coach Spags is Steve Spagnuolo, real gritty, real physical. You saw him in the Giants Super Bowls coaching up that defense. Coach Spags spoken for. Not the best head coach, but as the DC, he stands on business. Absolutely.
And it's like, dude, it's up to Tua to, do something about it. Like, the run, like if the passing game not doing well, the run game is going to try, the running backs are going to try to get them out of a hole. Vice versa. Running game wasn't doing well. Chiefs defense was stopping that. It's up to Tua now. If he's, and he was also being talked about being MVP at one point, I remember.
Yeah, was he not? All of those MVP talks should have been going to Tyreek Hill because as we saw whenever you take 10 away, 2 of us lost. I'll say it again. Now my question is though, I know coaching is a big part in the success of any player in the NFL. But how do you properly assign blame to bad play when you're watching the likes of Tua or other people I will not name right now because I refuse to name them, and they're not having the best coaching situations? It's like how do you assess whether it's all right, a QB is just not that good or your coach is terrible? How do you draw that line?
How do we draw that line? I mean, you see it like again, like I'm gonna say it again, like the run game wasn't good, right? I mean, run game has been good like all season, right? Two has
Yeah.
been shaky all season, right? Especially against the good teams. We get to the playoffs, he plays a good team. He can't like they can't get anything going on the ground. It's up to Tua to do something about it. He didn't do anything about it. That's how you tell. Just show that. Just keep like if Tua wants that contract extended, they need to just keep showing him the Chiefs Dolphins game over and over and over again.
I'm not gonna lie, you mentioned the good point with the Dolphins against like competitive teams. They played the Bills, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs. And yes, they played some of these teams twice. And
Mm-hmm.
the only team they beat amongst that bunch were the Dallas Cowboys.
Can't wait to talk
So,
about it.
I mean,
Boy,
hey, uh, you know, yeah, I'm gonna just let that sit there.
yeah.
I'll let
What was
that
that
sit
1-6? 1-6 against teams above
there.
500.
I mean, if you, I think there are a few other teams on this list that finished above 500, but like all the bump on the schedule, they only beat Dallas.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all segue into. I ain't gonna say nothing yet about the
By
Cowboys.
by two, by the way, they only beat Dallas by two. So
I'm
Listen,
gonna let y'all segue. I'm not even gonna say nothing about the Cowboys yet.
before we get into the next game, to answer your question about the coaching situation, and then I also want to hear your thoughts too, Dan. The way I measure it is you can't really just look at one game overall. And like the totality of the season, the Dolphins did well. They won 11-7. They made the playoffs. Yes, they got bounced out in the first round. They also had significant injuries to their defense as well, right? That prevented them from being able to rise to that level. But overall, you got to look at what caused these injuries. Why do you have your critical defensive players playing still in a blowout? For what reason? What are they defending? If the other team has 30, 40 points and you have like 15, 16 points, let the second and third string guys get out there. They've already been on their feet for 4 quarters, and we're playing in a 17-game season. You got to preserve the health of some of these players because ultimately we look at talent, but talent doesn't mean anything if all the talent is hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
I will get on Mike McDaniel for that, like having Bradley Chubb in there with like there had to be like no more than 3 minutes left in the game. 49-16. Come on. Like
There's no point. So I'll say the decisions such as that, I would say are ill-advised. And honestly, everybody's human. It probably slipped his mind, but this is the health of a player that's very crucial to your defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then overall, when we look at the season, Raheem Mostert got injured, A-Chain got injured, Hill was out for a game or two as well.
Mm-hmm. Waddle
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everybody getting hurt that are your star players? Are you putting too much on these players, or do you guys need to focus on developing more depth than just trying to have one star? Because when you have depth, it's the next guy up. Somebody can show you something.
I mean, now you see why he's trying to throw the Chase Claypool, and when he did, it was a pick. So hey,
listen, you can't not throw to somebody for 16 weeks and then say week 17, all right, you're my guy, Chase Claypool.
Gangsta.
He ain't caught the ball all season. He's used to just blocking. He's used to blocking.
There. I ain't think about that. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a good point right there.
What do you think about it, Dan?
I mean, yeah. Now that you mentioned that, it's like, huh? I guess so. If I, it's like, why now? Tyreek had to get hurt for me to get some burn, and the game is a little long. You going to me? I mean, okay, I'm gonna try, but hey, I feel like yes, there may be a little bit of overcompensation by your stars, i.e., Reek and Waddle both of them getting hurt. I feel like the run game has a lot of gimmicks, in cut, out cut, in cut, out cut. Your ankles are gonna get sore, and sure enough, HN and Mostert both were banged up throughout the year, and Mostert has a gross list of injury history. So sure enough, I would say handle with care, and they didn't. So
Yeah.
hopefully they address some of this next year. But like I said, if Josh Allen is still in the AFC East, the Dolphins are
It was
coming.
number 2.
Yep.
Yeah, that strength and conditioning coach just got to do a better job with them. And I saw early in the season, they're like, oh, yeah. I mean, they still said it like towards the end of the season, like the Dolphins are like the fastest team or fastest offense out there. But I'm like, bro, it's kind of like a little bit of like too good to be true. Like, how, can they sustain this the whole season? Obviously, they didn't, and they can't be good teams. But it's like, what does that say about a strength and conditioning coach, too? So,
Speed doesn't do anything once you get your soul lifted.
yeah,
Speed does nothing for you.
on
Speed kills.
everything.
Speed
Speed kills,
definitely
bro.
kills. And speaking of swift deaths, let's talk about Packers versus Cowboys. Let's talk about America's team, guys. Talk to me, Dad.
I'm
Do
gonna
I
let
have to?
go. Yes.
You gotta talk. You gotta talk, bro. Or I'm gonna start violating.
All
This
right.
for this for Zay, bro.
In memory of all Cowboys fans, I had a 48 hour free trial. I thought this was gonna be the year. You always want to get the quick little, go in the Jersey world, handle business, go in the division round, handle business, then lose an NFC championship. That's what I had in my head. They gave me the wrong script. I was watching the Tubi movie.
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it, bro. I know what you want to say. Go ahead, say it. It's okay.
Jordan Love, he's official tissue, bro. Like
Thank you.
he's real deal. Key and Peele. He's that guy. The battle of the light skinned QBs that he put Belter behind in Dallas. On the so
On the
it's like
road.
he's on the road. Your wide receiver core is young. They're very boomer bust. Aaron Jones is old and dusty sometimes, but he gets out of bed for Dallas. And Aaron Jones absolutely got out of bed for Dallas. Had a buck 18, pardon me, and 3 house calls. Um, my guy, Romeo Dobbs, I wish you did this in the fantasy championship, but you did it in the playoffs, so that matters a little bit more. Had a buck 51 in a house call. He had more yards than CD, but he had less catches, so the efficiency was there. And the Packers kind of, slow another slow start. It was only 7-0 in the first quarter, and then Dak Prescott plays quarterback for the Cowboys, and he threw 2 completions to 2 cheeseheads being the Packers. So, unfortunately, it's hard to overcome 2 picks, especially once you give your opponent extra possessions to cash in. It was 27-7 at halftime, and by then I went to sleep, woke up, and Dallas was doing what they always do, and stuffing empty calories in their belly. Shout out to So, yeah, man. Let this be the last time y'all ever hear me support the Dallas Cowboys on this podcast. I will
I second that.
never in my life stamp Dallas in anything except
Anyway,
the passport when I go back to the DFW. Never again.
I will
Never
never in my life
again.
pick the Cowboys in any situation. I don't care what game it is, what situation, divisional round, championship. I don't care. I'm never picking the Cowboys ever again. I
Dak
said it on the pod
Prescott
last
lost.
week.
My fault, Jordan. Dak Prescott lost to Josh Dobbs to a tackle
Tactical
to a
shotgun.
to a tactical shotgun and Jordan Love in the same year.
Yeah. Almost lost at JG Riff.
He should have lost to
Should
JG
have,
Ref. He should have
but
lost to JG Ref. But
it's
you know,
just
it's all good. It's all good.
I wanted to
Another
pick the Packers. Y'all heard that last podcast, but I was just like, again, Dan, I was bewildered. I was fooled, bamboozled. I thought this was their year. I did. I said, there's no way Dak at home, wild card weekend, is gonna lose right now. They're supposed, and we're gonna get into the Eagles later, but it was either supposed to be the Cowboys or Eagles, I was told, in the NFC Championship.
so like
Both are out.
like so Mike McCarthy is a former Super Bowl champion for the Packers. You let Matt LaFleur
Out coaching.
smack you upside your head. You go 8-0. You were 8-0. You were 8-0 at home. You let Matt LaFleur smack you upside your head. And I was like, oh, fire Mike McCarthy. They're gonna bring him back, obviously.
And we talk about fire Mike McCarthy. Dak is backing him. Didn't he say something like, "Yeah, they fired Mike McCarthy. I should go too." This is your MVP.
Man.
That's your MVP right there. He said he should go. Give it to him.
ACD, get your money. Get it now. You're not getting no ratings anytime soon. So go get your money. I promise you.
Give the
Arizona's
MVP
right
to Dak.
there. Go get paid.
Give the MVP to Dak. That's who you're giving the MVP to. He said if Mike McCarthy goes, then he should go.
Most valuable pick artist.
Oh God. I just
Please.
yeah.
Please, our resident Cowboys hater, please.
Who's just, unfortunately not here. He's not here.
Sounds like it's my turn. Wait, quick guys. How old is Jerry Jones?
Pushing 80?
I say I'm gonna say 80. I'm gonna say 80 on the dot.
81.
81.
He'll be 80, 82 in October.
What was the last time that the Cowboys made it to the NFC Championship?
92. Was it 92?
Let me verify. It's not a Super Bowl. NFC
Well, we were born. I know that much.
1995.
Okay, 2 years before I was born. All right.
Funny enough, they beat the Packers in the NFC Championship, and that was the last time they went there.
And they've owned them ever since. So,
all right, guys, I'm about to hop on my soapbox.
All right, go ahead.
To all the disenfranchised,
this man took the glasses off.
To all the disenfranchised Cowboys fans for the last 29 years, my deepest apologies to you for your loyalty to this franchise that has given you nothing but a trail of tears.
Jeez.
Oh, you rapping?
Dakota Prescott.
Dang,
Dakota Prescott.
Rain Dakota Prescott.
400 yards doesn't matter when you throw the ball 60 times.
Get on.
2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter when you're already getting blown out doesn't matter.
Get on. Cover on spreads, you right?
Over.
The Cowboys are some scrubs. They are a regular season team, and they're worse than the Dolphins. And it's not close.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jordan Love came into AT&T. You should rename it Cheesehead Stadium or Love Stadium because it belongs to everybody but the Cowboys. There's no weather excuses in AT&T. You got AC. You got a covered dome. There's no excuses for what I saw out there. At halftime, it was 27-7, and you scored a touchdown at the end of the half. It was 27-0 at one point. The Cowboys were getting blown out, belt to behind. The Packers were leaving nothing for you guys. Jordan Love, who's been doubted all season, and I told you guys about this. hey, 3 TDs, 270 yards. That's probably what he's about to get. And he's going to show the Cowboys that they're not those guys. Last week on here, every single one of you picked the Cowboys. I told y'all, they are not those guys. I looked at Dak out there. I saw this man, he was diaphoretic. This man was sweating bullets. He did not know what to do out there. CD didn't exist to him for some reason. He only threw him the ball 9 times out of 60 times. The only player who showed up on the Cowboys is Jake Ferguson and CD Lamb.
All people.
Jake Ferguson had 3 touchdowns.
I think 2 of them were in garbage time.
This is true, but he still had 3 touchdowns. Dak, how much money is Dak set to make next year?
Oh boy, I believe like 45.
That's too much.
Dak was never supposed to be a starting QB. Let's be very clear. And I'm calling it right now. Trey Lance will be starting for the Cowboys within the next 3 years. I'm calling it right now.
Next year, I was like, yo.
Within the next 3 years, Trey Lance will be starting for the Cowboys.
I was about to say, we ain't hot takes for a reason. For no reason.
Dak had a 2023. Yeah, $42 million payday, but this past year.
Whew. Dak is a great guy. He's a great human. To cite Stephen A.
Pardon me, $31 million. I was looking at the wrong column.
Listen, Dak is a great person. He's a great guy. He has a great story. He got it out the mud. You know, he's a humble guy. He won the Walter Payton Manning Award. He does community service. But as a football player, you stink. You are not good.
Here we
go. A game manager.
Spring
you
break,
are not an impact player.
At spring break, he stinks too.
You are not an impact player for the Dallas Cowboys. When they don't need you to throw 600 yards and not throw any picks, you do. But when they need you most, you vanish. You are worse than Ang. He was gone for 100 years, but you've been gone since the first time you went to the playoffs.
Dang. That's
blue star, blue arrow. You might be onto something.
Yeah.
They both got the vote cut too. Hold on.
They do.
Water, fire, earth, air, 4 elements. Dak wears a 4? Is that the avatar?
Yeah, go ahead, get started on that graphic, Dan.
Hey, yo.
Go ahead, get started on that graphic.
Hey,
like just put a line down there instead of the arrow, just put a star.
Listen.
Hey, yo.
let me tell you guys something right now. This team only ran the ball 17, 18. If you remove Dak's scrambles, they only ran the ball 19 times. And they put the ball in the air 60 times.
What excuses?
Mike McCarthy very clearly said he was going to run the ball. The keys to success is to put the ball on the ground. If you have Dak go out there and air it out, 400 yards doesn't matter when you don't win the game. We always care about these stats, but it doesn't matter. And I know all the Cowboys fans were talking about, oh, Dak went on this great stretch. Who did he beat in that stretch? The Commanders? The Giants?
Cone.
Lions. I mean, but that's it. I mean,
the
Lions wasn't in that stretch. He already caught a loss by then. And let's not even talk about, even with y'all losing like this, the refs were trying to give y'all the game.
As always.
They were trying to give the Packers any penalty. The Packers played a clean game out there, but you tell me why they have 7 penalties and 66 yards, while the Cowboys have 6 penalties and 48 yards.
Man, I don't know what excuses Cowboys fans need now. Zay said on the pod last week he likes Mike McCarthy. All of a sudden now he wants him out of here. So it's like, what's the excuse now? I would love to have Zay on here, but you know.
There's
to
no
explain
excuse
it.
for this behavior. And when we look at the stats, you got 510 total yards, 387 passing yards, 23 rushing yards, 37 first downs. On paper, it looks like they played phenomenal. 10 for 16 on third down.
Mm-hmm.
But what's not shown here is 2 picks, 4 sacks allowed. You called 89 plays. How do you call 89 plays of offense and come up with nothing? You did not score in the first quarter at home.
Mm-hmm.
People
That's
spent
I mean, they didn't score
money.
until within 1 minute of the second quarter at home.
And if you look into the stadium around the end of the third quarter, you look in the stands are looking empty. It's looking like a high school game when you're getting blown out at home. It's disgusting. Stop it. Stop it. Jerry, you need a clean house. Give him one more shot and then clean house. Mike McCarthy is not your guy.
You're not.
Mike McCarthy is not your guy.
You just gotta talk about how people. I mean, there are Cowboys fans who didn't like Mike McCarthy, but it's just funny to me now. They fans literally a week ago, were saying they like Mike McCarthy. Zay, in particular, are saying he need to go or we're cooked. So that's their excuse. I was curious to see if they lose, what their excuse was going to be. And honestly, it's pretty lame. They lost. The team is they're a folding team. I don't know what else to say. They're choke artists. You know, I mean, it's really not much else to say. I think the NFC East is wide open next year. You know, obviously we're going to get to it in a second, but, you know, Eagles are in shambles. They look terrible. Cowboys looking like a mess. Giants, who knows? I think it's open for the Commanders, to be honest. But
the Commanders do look to be the only team trying to put together things and build it up from the ground up.
They get Caleb Williams. It might be it.
They are able to get Caleb Williams. The Commanders, give them 4 to 5 years. They'll be able to build up a team that will be up there. I definitely believe. And then let's not even talk about what they're doing, what they did in garbage time. 16 points in the fourth quarter. It was meaningless. They pulled Jordan Love out of the game. But what the Cowboys were doing in this game, I mean, there's no wonder that Stephen A. clowns. I mean, you guys saw it this week. You guys are making a mockery of yourselves. You even got RDC World making videos about how you guys are selling the city.
They were quick. They probably knew this was going to happen. They read the script.
They had the script. They had the script for the game. I have no remorse for the Dallas Cowboys because you guys talk the biggest game. And every year you leave with a first-round bounce out, a second-round bounce out for 29 years. You guys' performance is up there with the Raiders.
Jerry Jones called. I had to take that. Jerry Jones said I had to start telling about the Cowboys, or he was going, send a cease and desist. So I had to.
I thought he might have called you to be the new head coach.
No, he said either play QB or start talking about the franchise. I said yes, sir. Jerry Jones. We'll talk.
Hey,
what's our next game?
I bet
we could talk about the Cowboys all day. I wish we had Zay on here. It would have been a doozy, but
I mean, he can't defend his team at this point. He knows he'll be back. He'll be back next week. He'll be back.
Shoot, we'll see.
He'll definitely be back. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I arguably consider the game of the weekend. Let's talk about the Rams versus Lions. Talk to me, Dan.
Oh man, this was bittersweet because it's like I'm a Jared Goff fan, but I'm a Sean McVay fan. I'm just watching I'm a Kyron fan. I'm just watching the game like
How you forget about Puka Nacua?
I mean, shout out to Puka. I like Puka's a dog, bro. It's like Yeah. I'm a Puka in the cool fan. But I was just watching the game like I picked the Rams. I thought Sean McVay was a better coach between him and Dan Campbell, but obviously, um, man, Dan Campbell has that defense looking vicious,
Crazy.
absolutely vicious. Aiden Hutchinson might be the next JJ Watt.
I think he is.
He might be like this generation's JJ Watt. Obviously, TJ Watt is there. We know about TJ Watt, but
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson, he went to Michigan. People suggested he probably should win #1 overall in his draft class. I definitely thought the Jazz were gonna take him over Trayvon Walker, and he's wrecking games. He's been wrecking games all year, and sure enough, he did it again. Matthew Stafford was a battered man out there. He got the snot beat out of him. He
He
fought
still
though.
fought. Yeah, I was about to say he still fought.
He fought, but then Moses City, they brought the Moses City machine guns out for LA, man. It was looking
They
kind of
probably were
crazy.
there, OT. They probably
It was
were.
looking kind of. I mean, Eminem was there, Big Sean was there, maybe, but
I agree.
it was, shit. Barry, I think Barry was there, right? Yeah, it
Probably.
was. I think Cal
I
was
hope
there
he would be
too.
there. First playoff home playoff game in like 30 years. So
Yeah, it's like the Lions have been a laughing stock of a franchise for so long, and to finally get this W against the QB y'all took #1 overall. And then y'all do this with Jared Goff, who was a #1 overall pick himself and was traded,
it was a classic, man.
put on a masterclass. Like I say, Jared Goff will play well as long as he does a short circuit, because every now and again he forgets how to play football. But when he
Yeah,
remembers how to play football,
he
you
can
can
play.
argue he's the top 8 QB in the league, in my opinion.
Oh I agree. I
So shout out to
think
the Lions, man. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pro Bowl snub, but he made the All Pro. Sam Laporta is an animal. And
mhm.
sure enough.
Well, I was surprised played. I didn't think Laporta was gonna play. I thought he was hurt, but I mean, having him now, I'm really liking their chances moving forward. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The Lions showed just straight up resilience in this game. They showed that they wanted it more. Who's the head coach? The head coach,
Dan
Dan
Campbell.
Campbell biting
that
kneecaps.
man better win coach of the year. Dan
Mm-hmm.
Campbell better win coach of the year.
Could.
Do you guys not, guys, this team went 0-16 a few years ago. Let's not forget.
Not brother Obama. Obama wasn't even president yet when they went over 16.
Yeah,
That
But
was
still,
the Bush era. They've overcome.
technically, yeah,
They've
but you get what I
overcome.
mean. This is the
yeah,
Yes.
first team in NFL history to go 0-16. And now they are sitting here and they traded Matthew Stafford. They got Jared Goff. A Goff who was told that he was no longer wanted and was just shipped out to Detroit, who had a losing record at the time.
Yep.
The Rams would then go on to win the Super Bowl. And now the Detroit Lions are at the top of their division. And the Rams are meeting them at home. The Lions deserved a win. And I believe this was their first playoff win in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I don't think they're done. I do not think they're done.
I don't think so either.
Amon-Ra St. Brown had a great game. Jared Goff, it doesn't show on the stat sheets. 277 yards, 1 touchdown. His game was way better than what it shows. He showed hard out there and he played. And I know this win probably means more to him than the Super Bowl met. Actually, yeah.
He lost in the Super Bowl and scored 3 points. So yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, this probably means
he's got something to fight for real. Yeah.
Yeah. Than the Super Bowl did for the Rams a few years ago. They
Mm-hmm.
they shipped him away, and he showed that he is a football player. He is a QB, and he's here in this league to show you guys what he truly has.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing what the Lions do. The Lions, they have this thing that few teams have. The AFC North has it, and the Lions are a team that also have it. It's called grit. They put their nose down and they play football. They hit you. They'll smack you in the teeth, and they won't make it an easy game.
Fight kneecaps, man.
Was out there. Matthew Stafford was out there getting bumped up. He got sacked twice. He got what I think he got a cut on his finger or a cut on his hand or something.
Yeah, he got a cut on his hand. Yeah, the concussion. Well, they should have just taken him out if you seen how he was on the ground.
He was out there. That boy was getting touched. It was not pretty. Puka Nacua, it's like we saw Cooper Kupp decline, but we saw Puka Nacua rise.
No cap.
Puka here to stay.
9 receptions, 181 yards, a touchdown.
Special.
Ridiculous stat line.
That touchdown was pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
I just need to know that a few things. Should I talk about the no PI call first, or should I talk about the Rams-Lions trade first? I got 2 things.
I mean, it's
right here.
prior to PI, because I think it's more interesting, to be honest.
Do you think, butterfly effect, time skip? Do you need the rest through the lines of bone? Because you remember in the NFC Championship when the Rams and the Saints played, and they didn't call that PI. Around the, late third, mid fourth quarter, there was a questionable no call that really flipped the script on that matchup going forward. Yeah. I'm just saying, man.
Did they throw the challenge flag?
No, see,
you can't do that.
You can't even challenge PIs no more. They tried that for a year, and they're like, "Oh, this is not working," and they discontinued it right after that.
Oh, but the thing is, though, I would have liked to see the Rams kick that field goal. I know it's 60. It would have been like 60 or 61, something like that. But they're in the dome. I know, not even trying to like gloat, brag, all that. I know they don't have a Justin Tucker, but it's like you're a kicker in the league for a reason. I know you be practicing 60-yarders in practice and in warm-ups. You're in a dome, game on the line, 3 minutes left. You don't know if you're gonna get the ball back.
I will say it is Brett Maher, and Brett Maher will miss a field goal or two. I think he was 2 for 2. He was 2 for 2 in this, 3 for 3.
He should not be in the NFL. He needs to be in the XFL. So.
But I just want to highlight also. So that Rams-Lions trade, a lot of the pieces in that trade made an impact in this matchup. Obviously, you had Jared Goff, the QB, pretty good game. You had a few middle farm who were 2021 third rounder, had 3 tackles. Here you had Jameson Williams, 2022 first rounder, had two catches, 19 yards. Chain mover. You got D lineman Josh Pascal, 22 second rounder. He had a tackle. You had 23 first rounder Jahmyr Gibbs. He had a rushing TD. You had 23 second rounder Samuel Porter. Do I need to say anything else? And then your 2023 third rounder Broderick Martin. Let's see. Broderick Martin did not record any stats, but he was definitely there making an impact in some way. So these picks hit. They're in the divisional round with all these rookies, all this young talent. And man, the narratives are there.
The Lions are here to stay. I think both teams won this trade because obviously the Rams got a Super Bowl out of it. But I think the Lions in the long term won this trade.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions have been cooking for like the past 2-3 seasons. Even when the Ravens played them that one season, like a whole bunch of their games came down to like last score type games, which could have went the other way, could have went their way. So they've been cooking. They beat the Packers at the end of the season, knocked them out of the playoffs, right? So we knew this was coming. I just thought, yeah, they made the playoffs this year. I just thought it would take them a little bit more time, but we realistically are looking at a possible NFC championship for them against the Niners or Packers. But obviously, like, I think they have a good shot. They're at home against the Bucks. Not trying to take nothing away from the Bucks, but I think they got a good shot, and that's something I couldn't have predicted even at the beginning of the season when I had them making the playoffs. So,
absolutely,
shouts out to them.
This was definitely an electric game, and that's just a testament of playoff football. Any given Sunday, you're gonna see something different.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday. Or Saturday in this case. Oh no, this is on Sunday.
Like Saturday games. I mean, shoot.
Or Monday.
Sunday, or Monday. Hey,
Monday,
man.
shoot. Steelers Bills. Speaking of
I
Monday.
have a dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a dream.
Baker had a dream too.
Hey, you're right. Where do we begin?
Steelers, Bills, get that out of the way because
let's talk about the Steelers Bills, man. Talk to me.
So I turned the game on, as I always do, and it got dark. It got so dark, I turned the game off, and then my phone went crazy. The group chat was going nuts. I was like, all right, let's see what's going on. I was like, oh, it's a 1-score game. I was like, oh, so sure enough, I watched. I know we like to give Mitchell Trubisky a lot of heat, but like, he can play.
That was Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. He can play. And he didn't get the helmet smashed over his head by Myles Garrett. That has lasting effects.
Dang.
I'm just saying that has lasting effects.
Oh man.
A grown man took a helmet, cracked me over the head. I might not be able to bring right up there. I shouldn't be playing QB.
We got a piece of that Venom symbiote CTE.
Maybe. So it's like I just thought. I know he's established in Pittsburgh. He has a lot of veteran experience, but I just think maybe, just maybe, revenge game for Mitch Trubisky. Maybe he had a better understanding of that defense. High level chess. I don't think it would have made a difference, but
okay, good.
Sure enough,
need to hear that.
I had the Bills before kickoff. I had the Bills at kickoff. I had the Bills when I went to sleep. When I woke up, the Bills won. Even though they won a little ugly, but they won.
Yeah,
they won.
As Trap House Sports puts it lightly, the Bills always put themselves through unnecessary adversity for no reason. So
yeah,
that's just a given.
Like I said, Josh Allen is a reincarnated Carson Wentz, but thankfully he did not turn the ball over, as he is known to do.
Yeah,
he had 3 TDs through the air and 1 on the ground, amassing for over 277 total yards. He put on the show. That 14-0 lead in the first quarter kind of carried them throughout the rest of the game, because after the first quarter, it was a punching match. It was literally a stalemate. That first quarter set the tone, and from there they were on cruise control. 1 or 2 things go the wrong way, and the Steelers could have won that game. If Mason Will does the door pick, I think they might have been in a better spot.
And that was in the end zone, so he threw that in the end zone, so he could score
just like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people had Buffalo in this game, and they won it pretty convincingly.
Yeah,
so to speak. But this divisional round is going to be something. I'll tell you that much.
Wait, I know you said Mitchell Trubisky was like he could have been better with that offense, but the way I see it, and I said it before, Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph are just Kenny Pickett variants.
Oh yeah,
not gonna make a difference.
I read a report that there's no guarantee they bring back KP as QB1.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's playing for his job next year.
Yeah, he should be.
As a Kenny Pickett, the dynasty football owner, I don't like that news.
Ooh.
But unfortunately, here we are.
You in shambles.
So when I looked at this game, guys, as you guys were saying, Bills all the way. But
we're talking about the Steelers game. I thought you talking about the Super Bowl.
Oh no, to this game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Rudolph, he started off slow, but he started putting things together a little bit. right? And the thing that was the kiss of death for this game was the Steelers' ability to get to the player with the ball, but lack of ability to tackle them. That's what led to that fourth quarter score for the Bills.
That made Khalil Shakir.
Oh yeah.
Dog. Boise State Bronco. And now he's a Buffalo Bill. Not getting tackled, fighting for all these extra yards and closing and sealing the deal.
So, like, I think whatever was going on, but it was just a whole lot of not wrapping up and taking players to the ground.
Josh Allen had that long 50-yard touchdown. I mean,
yeah,
he faked them out with nothing. The move wasn't anything people should be biting at, but they bit.
You know what's crazy? I think that was premeditated. You know, Kenny Pickett had that fake slide in college. He was like, "I'll do you one better." And then we'll fake slide himself.
I'll give the Steelers a little bit of. I mean, even though we Ravens fans over here, we don't want to give them a little slack, but secondary was hurt. There was really no one out there. Did Minka play?
10 tackles.
Yeah, Minka did play, and he was the one.
Yeah.
He missed that tackle in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought he had wrapped him up and thrown him to the ground, but his knee never touched the ground.
I looked away. I was like, dang.
And that's why you wrap up and follow through when you're tackling. And he is a veteran player, first-round pick. He knows this. But I guess when you're tired, you're gassed in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens. And I guess the cold, too, that Buffalo Bills cold, and you got them players throwing snowballs at you, too.
The fans
Free GP.
Fans throwing
Free GP.
Snowballs at you, too.
There's room in the Arrowhead for George Pickens.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, bro.
There is room in the Arrowhead for George Pickens. Andy Reid will get you right.
Hey,
he will. I don't want to see that though.
He can come to the Ravens for real, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I feel
like you go to the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie. That's 2,000 yards right there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like he fits more of the Baltimore aesthetic. You know,
if you right. I mean, he got that.
He's a gritty player. He's not gonna let nobody play with him. He fits the aesthetic.
As long as you give him you give him targets.
Oh, we give players targets, just not crazy targets. We give them concise targets.
Concise.
Hey man.
Hey, but let's talk about the sky versus the sea, man. Talk to me about the Eagles versus the Buccaneers.
Damn.
Baker.
It was two weeks in a row. I asked you. And I'm not trying to get on you too much, but it's just like this is a starting point. That's all.
Sure.
Eagles versus Giants. You were like, Giants. I said, why? Or no, you picked the Eagles. I said, why?
I did.
You were like, I just don't see the Eagles losing to the Giants. They get blown out. Here we got the Buccaneers. Pick the Eagles. Again, I asked, what makes you think they're going to beat them? I just don't think the Eagles are going to lose. Blown out.
I had them losing in the divisional round, and they said, "I'll do you one better." That's it. That's all I can really say. Baker, Mayfield. I'm not gonna lie to you. He got a little playoff resume on his hands.
More playoff wins, Lamar. I'm sad to say. So far,
he got a little bit of a resume on his hands now.
Mm-hmm.
And in that Chiefs game, if that fumble, non-fumble, touchback, safety crap didn't happen, the Browns might have won that game. I'm just saying, Baker. Oh, yeah. I know Baker has been counted out far too many times, and he's shown to be able to rise above it.
Sure.
Let me find out. We're gonna see Baker Mayfield in the NFC Championship game.
Definitely didn't write that in that script.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. You know? We got to talk about this overrated secondary on the Eagles. Bradbury, I've been saying it basically the whole season. Bradbury is a cone. Darius Slay, I didn't want to say it until recently. He's a cone.
He's cut.
Kevin Byard, Overrated.
Trash.
They can't tackle. Bradbury can't tackle. Slay's cooked. They're getting beat. I mean, I thought the Eagles had the best defense or one of the best defenses in the NFL. And the collapse that's not just the defense, obviously, but just the overall collapse by the team. A.J. Brown being the center of why the locker room is the way it is and just flustered and everything. He deletes everything off his Instagram, anything Eagles related. He looks like he wants out. Jason Kelce retired. Lane Johnson could retire. Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham could retire. Sirianni could be gone. It's just looking dark.
A lot of short term contracts in that franchise right now.
It's looking dark.
Wait, Jason Kelce retired?
Jason Kelce announced his retirement.
That man gonna be a family man on the podcast. He done.
He got his ring. He got what he needed. Same with Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox, and Brandon again. They could be next. They probably will be next.
I just don't understand what happened to the Eagles. They lost 6 of the last 7 after starting 10-0. How does that happen?
You know, I have a nickname for Nick Sirianni, but I'm not gonna say it on the.
Wait, why? What's the nickname?
You know, another word for poop. So Nick Sirianni. He's not good. So something that's not good, you call itty.
But they started 10-0. So what changed?
10-1.
10-1.
They got bored and they started signing everything moving. Yo, Shaq Leonard, yo, Julio, yo. They
would have got LeBron if they could.
They would have got AI, not Allen Iverson, like they would have put Chat GPT at corner. Like,
hey, bro, I was thinking Iverson.
They would have put Chat GPT at cornerback, and they were signing anything moving for no.
It was finna hit up X's and iRobot.
So does that mean the real flaw here is with the GM?
That's where they're pointing the fingers at. Hey man, I seen the tweet they called Jalen Hurts a Teddy Bridgewater with an insanity run. I thought that was hilarious.
Stop that. They need to stop, man. I won't tolerate any Jalen Hurts slander. He played hurt this season, and he's been to a Super Bowl. He'll be back.
Okay,
he'll be back.
Let's take it back 2 years.
Before you do that, I like where you're going. But before you go there, it's not easy to get back to a Super Bowl. A lot of folks get to one Super Bowl and never make it. I.e., Joe Burrow. I don't think he's making it back. I think Jalen Hurts is in that Joe Burrow bucket right now.
Hey,
and they paid him, so they can't sign much because they gave that man a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
I'm just saying, man.
I don't think Jalen Hurts played poorly. 25 for 35, 250 yards, 1 touchdown. What was happening here is the primary fault is with the defense. Yes, the offense wasn't they were 0 for 9 on 3rd down and 0 for 2 on 4th.
Talk about it. Let's go back to 2 years. 2 years ago, same matchup, same place. No Devontae Smith, no A.J. Brown. I know he was a rookie. Didn't play well at all. He gets A.J. Brown. He gets Devontae Smith. They get to the Super Bowl, right? They face some adversity late in the season this season. Yeah, Jalen Hurts has some calm numbers, for sure. And honestly, like we can argue a lot of those yards came in garbage time. The Bucs were beating them easily, like the whole game. Those are garbage time yards. The Linsanity, Teddy Bridgewater comparison is low-key holding up. I think it will. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, phenomenal players. Without them, I mean, obviously they didn't have A.J. Brown. They had Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts wasn't doing enough. His leadership should be questioned. He gets all his quotes from quotes.com. Every time the camera's on him, he's sitting down there, blank expression, nothing on his face. You don't see his team. You see his teammates yelling at him. He is sitting there, no facial expression, not talking, not nothing. I remember I saw a TikTok him just sitting there, right? People are saying like, "Oh yeah, you know why Brody's just sitting there, no facial expression after each touchdown? He just wants to get back to the Super Bowl." No, yeah, that may be partly true. The man has no leadership. They don't rock with him. We could talk about AJ Brown being the center of why the locker room is the way it is. But we could also talk about Jalen Hurts' leadership, getting his quotes from quotes.com during his interview, having the blank expression on his face while teammates are you had Dallas Goddard yelling at you and you rocked. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, y'all. I'm done. I'm done with
Hey,
you.
the sharp man is keeping it on point. That's all I'm gonna say.
Y'all got it.
Um,
Question.
woof, that was
What was worse for the NFC East? The performance by the Eagles or the performance by the Cowboys?
woof. If you ask me,
Cowboys.
it's Dallas.
But why?
Because this was the year. We saw the chinks in the Eagles' armor early.
We did.
Struggle with Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Michael
Don't even call him Mac. Yeah,
Jones.
call him Malcolm. Yeah, no more.
I keep saying Malcolm. I mean Michael. Malcolm
Michael.
McCorkle.
Yeah, Michael McCorkle.
MMJ, not MMG. Mac Jones, you struggle with them. Oh. Tua is Tua. Tommy DeVito, you struggle with them. I'm like, okay. Sam Howell, struggle. Okay. Sam Howell again, struggle. Okay. Josh Allen, overtime. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Thank God you
Mm-hmm.
said his whole name and not MVS. He
Mm-hmm.
don't deserve that. But go ahead.
I haven't seen a comfortable Eagles win since last year.
Yeah.
Last football season, not last football season. So the breadcrumbs were there. I just thought maybe they would just will their way through the wild card. I saw it. I was just like, I was denying it because I'm like, yo, there's no way y'all collapse like this. But they did. And, injuries happen. Tush push, QB sneak, modified QB sneak, 4th and 1, 4th and inches,
Non-GMO QB
fourth-and-seven,
sneak.
non-GMO QB sneak. Hey, man,
Vegan QB sneak.
I'm just saying, Brian Johnson, their OC, called some very trash plays.
Yeah.
I think being an offensive coordinator is one of the most stressful positions in the NFL because if you can't cook up a good scheme, you got 11 grown men looking crazy because you can't cook up nothing.
I'm gonna go back to against the Cardinals, 3rd and 16, right? And this is maybe part. I mean, Devontae Smith did what he did, but he was playing hurt a little bit, and it's because of the OC. 3rd and 16 against the Cardinals. They call a running back screen to Kenneth Gainwell with Devontae Smith, who is how tall?
6', 160, 170 maybe.
Blocking for Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd and 16 with the game on the line. 3rd and 16 to Kenneth Gainwell with the game on the line. They had Devontae Smith out there blocking. We talk about, or I didn't talk about it. Well, I did a little bit. I was watching NFL Network, and they were talking about how the Eagles just find different ways to win. They're so they can win big, they can win in close games, all this stuff. And I believed them. I'm like, yeah, the Eagles could win in different ways. If them games were flipped, all those close games, what would they be like? They could be 4-13, 5-11, 5-12. One thing I learned this season from the NFC East, you can't trust them. I don't think you could ever trust them.
Nope. There's an 11-minute video of screen passes ran by the Eagles this season. 11 minutes worth of screens.
Insane. That's insane. I wonder how many were called for Kenneth Gainwell.
Do you guys think Sirianni's job is in jeopardy?
Yes.
If you ask me, no, because I feel like they're gonna save him and fire him mid-season. But I do think he'll probably be gone before before you know it. I'll just
I
say that
think so
much.
too. I was saying the same thing, like mid-season, or maybe you might get to the end of next season, but that GM he ain't patient.
That's the thing. But it's like you also gotta keep in mind they lost both their coordinators, Jonathan Gannon in Arizona, Shane Steichen in Indy. And
But wasn't that something Sirianni? Didn't he make that switch? He wanted him out of there.
I wouldn't say he wanted him out of there, but I mean, it's just, I mean, hey,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, this
He started off his coaching career with the Eagles with that piss poor interview. Y'all should have known. We should have known. We should have known.
Listen,
So
guys, when we look overall at this season, after week, what, 12, 11, that was the beginning of the collapse of the Eagles. I
yeah,
hope they're able to figure things out in the offseason, but it's clear to me that going 6-7, it was by God's grace that they were able to make the playoffs. And shout out Baker Mayfield.
shouts out Baker.
This is this year his first year in Tampa? Or was it last year?
It is. It is.
this man has played for 4 teams in the last 12 months.
So wait, Baker
He did.
he went from the Browns to the
The
Rams?
Rams.
No. He went from the Browns to the Panthers.
The Browns to the Panthers.
No, it was
He got cut by the Panthers and signed with the Rams, and he was on the plane to LA the day before the game and beat
was it the
somebody.
Raiders?
Yeah, I think it was Vegas on Thursday Night Football. And then the Rams said thank you, but we will not need you next year.
And turn
And
around
then
to get into the playoffs.
as a starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and between that and now he won a playoff game. Got Deshaun Watson took his job. He got cut. He got hurt, and now he's QB1 for the Buccaneers. They thought the Buccaneers were taking for Caleb, and now he's 1 win away from the NFC Championship. Ultimate underdog.
Baker Mayfield is
Baker
player of the year. Let's make it very clear. It may go to DeMar Hamlin, it may go to Joe Flacco, but to me, Baker Mayfield is comeback player of the year.
He beat Jalen Hurts on Martin Luther King Day.
That's a little criminal. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one kind of hurts.
I wish I could find that graphic of oh wow, five black QBs are gonna be in the divisional round. They put Baker in that joint. I was like, yeah.
They couldn't have pushed the game to Sunday and switched it around a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean the Eagles could have just won,
Yeah, unfortunately, they did not put on. But let's talk about what we really came here to talk about, fellas. Well, me personally.
Wait, hold on. I got you.
Ghost Kitchen.
Huh.
Ghost Kitchen.
The bye week is over. The ill is back. The real is back. LaMarvelous. Let's talk about the Texans.
I'll see it.
Yes, sir. Versus the Ravens.
He'll be back.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about the Texans versus the Ravens, man. Hey, listen, guys. When I think about the Texans versus the Ravens, right now, the Ravens are heavily favored. But the pressure is on the Ravens to win this game. The Texans are looking good. I'm not going to lie to you. And we saw them week one. The Texans week one is not the same Texans that we're seeing now.
Completely different.
The Ravens are rested. But this game is big. And arguably, besides the Chiefs, actually, all these games are big, honestly. But to me, this is the biggest game, personally. I've been a diehard Ravens fan since I was young. And Lamar, at every chance, he has gotten in every turn. And we're all brothers here. We know you got to go twice as far to get the same recognition. It's Super Bowl or bust. And he knows. To change the narrative and to change the course of the NFL, Lamar Jackson needs to win a Super Bowl this year.
It's for the youth, too.
It's for the youth.
It's for the black youth who want to play quarterback. And you got people saying you want to play like Lamar. Cool, you can win an MVP. That's cool. That ain't nothing. You won't win the Super Bowl, though.
Like, they don't count an MVP anymore. They don't care. They said you can win an MVP. You can get Offensive Player of the Year. You can win 2 MVPs. They said you'll never win a Super Bowl. Lamar is here to change the narrative. And he's told you guys all season, he said, I don't really care about that. I'm trying to get to the Super Bowl and show you guys something. He's here to play. He's driven. The pieces have been put around him. Zay Flowers, Nelson Aguilar, Odell Beckham, Rashad Bateman. Isaiah Likely. And if Andrews is able to return, ideally, if not this week, by next week, Mark Andrews too. The pieces are here. O-line is playing spectacular.
Run game going well. We picked up Dow.
Exactly.
Dow Cook.
We have Cook. We got Edwards. I'm blanking. 40 something. Was it?
Justice Hill, 43.
Justice Hill.
Yeah.
We got that rotating running back room, and you have to honor Lamar Jackson. You cannot just pressure because he will get up out of there. He will show you something.
He also show you something in the pocket.
Absolutely.
All season. I mean,
if you guys have been paying attention, the Ravens have actually been running a pretty vanilla offense all season for a reason. Now is the time to show you guys something. And guess what? If the Texans don't make us show it, we're not going to show it to you guys this week. If we don't have to show it in the AFC Championship, we won't show it to you. And honestly, I don't even know if they're going to make – hey, Super Bowl might be when y'all see some plays that you haven't seen before that have been practiced since the preseason.
Knock on wood.
It's win or go home. It comes to the bank for a reason. This is Lamar's year. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
The Texans, they got a young crowd out there, you know. And I salute CJ Stroud, and I look forward to seeing the Texans do well in the future. And I think it's going to be a good game. But give me the Ravens by 10 at least.
You know, I don't really want to give a score. I'm at the point. I'm just like, look, like Brian said, it's win or go home. It's win or bust. Like, everything's set up for Lamar to win right now. He doesn't win right here. Even if he win the MVP, boy, they're going to be on him.
Yeah.
They're going to be on him bad. Like, it's going to be bad, and I won't have a single thing to say because there will be nothing to say. Not trying to take nothing away from CJ Stroud or the Texans, but it's like, dude, he 100% has to have this, or that's it. The door is closing. All these, I talked to Dan before the pod. The door is closing. You got CJ Stroud, obviously already in the playoffs. He's in the divisional round. We're playing him. He's only gonna get better. Joe Burrow, I'm not trying to size him, but he's about to be healthy next season. You know, we'll see what's up with that. You know, Dolphins gonna be their best. Point is, AFCs are very competitive, and we have what we need in front of us. Number 1 seed. Everything goes to the bank if we win. Lamar got the pieces. We have to win.
Everybody in the AFC North was above 500 for a reason. 500 or above. That's the reason we came out on top, and we're here to show you something. But I'm gonna let you keep going, Jordan.
Yeah, we beat. Speaking of 500, we beat the 49ers convincingly. The Dolphins. We've proved that we can beat anyone and by a lot too, convincingly. It's cool. I'm not gonna treat the Ravens like the Cowboys because obviously we beat good teams, but it's like I am gonna treat them like them, and to an extent. That's the regular season. Who cares? I don't care. Let's win now. Forget
This
everything that happened. Forget the
this
MVP talk.
facts.
Let's
This
win.
week, the record is 0-0. Ravens, you already know what it is. Feast or famine. Conquer or be conquered.
24 hours from now, we find out.
Are you going to put belts behind? I believe you will.
I hope.
You have the winning culture. It's been too long. We're back. And I stand behind Lamar. CJ Stroud, he's great. And I think he will have a great career, but this year is not your year.
And not trying to put any bad energy in the air, but I got to ask you, Brian, if the Ravens lose this game, should John Harbaugh be out of here?
I don't think so. I think that John Harbaugh has put together a strong culture for the Ravens, and there's a reason that we're so gritty and we play the way that we do. He has a good eye for picking out good coaches, and he has an even better eye for knowing when to trust players. He even asked Lamar, do you want to go for it? Right? He's somebody that the players at the Ravens stand behind, and he's garnered respect throughout the league. He already has a Super Bowl on him. And I think he's going for the second one because the way he coaches and the trust that he puts in his players and even in his offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, who everybody around the league is trying to snatch up, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, it's nose to the dirt football, and that's the culture he brings of grit. There's no softness. It's play, and let's celebrate afterwards. Do the work, we'll celebrate afterwards. You don't celebrate the results early. You don't get to brag in the regular season.
Yeah.
There's a reason Lamar doesn't care about the MVP. There's a reason he didn't care about being first team All-Pro, because we know that the mark of champions is in the playoffs. And this is really where our season begins. The record is 0-0 right now, and we're setting out on a journey. 3 games, that's it. We only get 1 game, 1 shot.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get Dan in this joint. We didn't forget about you. This is Ravens fans talking they talk, but I will have to bring up that 6 years ago, when Joe Flacco was hurt and Lamar took over, John Harbaugh had previously had missed the playoffs for 3 straight seasons. If it wasn't for Lamar coming in, going 6-1, should have went 7-0. Lost to the Chiefs. If it wasn't for him coming in, making it to the playoffs, John Harbaugh he should have probably been out of there the season before, but he definitely would have been out the season that if Lamar hadn't came in and went 6-1 and made the playoffs, he could have been out then. I know John Harbaugh has probably thanked Lamar for saving the job. I would have hoped he has, but I need him long after he's retired as a coach to keep thanking Lamar for making him extra money, because he did. And damn, I'm gonna let you talk your talk for real, because we got one off. But
man, I'm torn because I like both of these gentlemen here, CJ and Lamar. Very early in the season, I had y'all going to the dance and hosting the Lombardi, and this is the second step in doing that. So hopefully it happens. I think y'all win this game, but I give the Texans a fighting chance. I think it should be a good game. I don't think I'll blow them out at all. I think maybe a 10-point win, but I think Lamar's going to show y'all that he's probably a 2-time MVP for a reason. I had him win the MVP this year, and I think that's going to happen. So it's only up from here. Yeah, the offense was great. Y'all put the pieces in place to cook up, and he's cooking up. We put that apron on, and he went to work. So I can't say too much. I mean, I just hope for a good game. I don't want CJ try to get bowled out after that incredible performance at home, but if it happens, it happens. The future is bright. The future is bright in the AFC. I'll say that much. And yeah, a lot of narratives are going to be rewritten after this playoff run by a lot of teams. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we talked about the matchups. I mean, obviously, we got Ravens, Texans. We got potential MVP versus most likely the rookie of the year, an almost vet versus a rookie, a rookie that plays like a vet. A lot of big narrative right there. We also got a bigger narrative with, or maybe not. I'm gonna say narrative, but a legacy game for Josh Allen versus the
Yep.
Chiefs. Does he lose this? Hmm. Hmm. Carson Wentz.
That is
Carson
fair.
Wentz.
But before we move on to the next team, to answer your question about Harbaugh, you did mention the missing the playoffs 3 times in a row. He has this, along with the winning culture, what John Harbaugh walked so Dan Campbell could run in terms of inspiring that level of grit in the team.
Okay.
And when we look at it, John Harbaugh, as an NFL coach, he has the most road playoff wins ever as a head coach. He has 8. Things rarely come through the bank. Rarely. And when you look at all of his records and all the accolades he's gotten through his career, he's a guy who gets things out of the mud. He started coaching at Western Michigan, then went to Pittsburgh, tight ends coach, then went to Morehead State, special teams coach, then Cincinnati, then Indiana. And then in 98, he started with the Eagles, special teams coordinator for 8 years.
Pretty long time.
07, the DB coach for Eagles under Andy Reid. And then 08, that's when he got the head coach job, and he's been chugging along ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't take none of that away from John Harbaugh. One thing I forgot to mention that honestly is a pretty big thing that we just didn't mention. Divisional round 4 years ago, Ravens Titans. I'm hoping that they've been showing that game to them for the past 3 weeks. Honestly, since they even got the #1 seed, so for the past month. I hope they've been showing that video, the highlight tapes and everything from that game, because we're in the same situation. This is a game we should win, but we gotta, and it's crazy we playing another AFC South team.
AFC South, yep.
And you know, they're hot and they've been rolling. Again, team we should beat, but again, anything's possible in this league, anything's possible in these playoffs. So I'm hoping they're playing angry. I'm hoping we playing like we haven't sat for 3 weeks. You know, I'm hoping we come out firing and just angry. Because being there live at that game 4 years ago was depressing.
You know what they say? It is hard to beat that team twice.
Right.
So
Really
y'all saw them week 1. Now you're seeing them. Well, this will be what, week 20? So
week 20,
so
yeah.
so hey, is it gonna be back in blood, or are we just gonna handle business again? Only time will tell.
Like I said, give me the Ravens by at least 10.
I'm gonna just say,
Not
yeah, winner bust, like Brian said, winner bust. Hoping this a win. Really hoping this a win.
But man, let's talk about the other #1 seed, man. Let's talk about the Packers versus 49ers. What do you guys think about this game?
Ooh. I'm
There
gonna
it
let Dan go first because I'm
is. There it
still.
is. So we got the last pick in the draft. You could argue he almost took them to a Super Bowl if Hassan Reddick didn't get.
Oh man, look at this. Oh man, the team.
No,
Oh, come on.
you can't do
Oh,
that.
that was perfect.
You can't join the stream. Actually,
Yo,
Hold up.
I thought I
All right,
saw a good.
we'll
Did I
bring him
see
in for
a
a second.
ghost? Did I just
there
see
you
a
go.
ghost?
This is the perfect segue. Guess
What's
you gonna guess
going
who we
on,
talking about
baby?
right now.
Did I just
What's
see a
going on?
ghost?
You won't guess what team you won't guess what team we're talking about.
What team y'all
Hey,
talking about, man? What team y'all talking about, man?
listen, man. Before we move on, guys, to talk about this Packers versus 49ers, let's briefly go back to the Cowboys. We have our resident Cowboys fan, Isaiah Cole.
How y'all doing, man?
Talk to us.
It was an old-fashioned ass whooping. I don't know what to say, Out-coached, outplayed. CD get Dak out there looking like C-class celebrities, C-class athletes. Micah got one pressure. I mean, like, how do you win a game? They couldn't stop. The defense couldn't stop an Ant from running the ball. They couldn't stop me from running the ball. If I was there, they probably couldn't stop me. I mean, they made Jordan Love look like prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Something got to change. Dan Quinn got to go. Got to get some linebackers. Oh my god. I know people gonna be like, fire Dak, yo. But there's really no other replacement for Dak. I mean, he was just second team All Pro, so it's like, where are you gonna find something better? I mean, we're not gonna get a second round draft pick, can't draft Caleb Williams or anything like that. So it's like ouch. But Mike McCarthy's coming back also. I mean, can't really replace him either. He wins 12. He has won 12 games every year. So it's like, damn. What other coach is there? Belichick's going to the Falcons. That's already low key confirmed. He's going to the Falcons. So it's like, hey man, let's run it back. You know what? We got to get a running back though. I mean, I think if Jerry is not, very assertive when free agency come, it'll be just the same shit next year. But if he's assertive, we can make something shake. Probably go grab Derrick Henry, or let TP go and grab the boy from Texas, running back from Texas. But things are gonna work, man. Things are gonna work. Right now I'm currently rooting for Baltimore. Or I'm rooting for Jordan Love, so it won't look so bad that they beat us. So it's
hold on. Can you root for a different team? Because I've seen that teams you root for don't win.
I mean, I root for Jordan Love too, though. I want them to beat the 49ers so it won't look so bad that they beat us. So it's like, But
that makes sense.
I have you in the books as a Packers fan right now.
Facts. I'm also rooting for CJ Stroud too, though. The man of God type thing. But Baltimore lit too.
Dan and deep thought. He got everything on his mind.
But it's gonna be players in playoffs. We got absolutely embarrassed. Shit gotta work though. Everything was one-dimensional. I mean, you couldn't stop the run all year. We couldn't run all year. I mean, the game was just CD Dak. Jair clamped that, so it was like, hey, can't run. CD was out of order. It's like, I mean, Ferguson showed up. Ferguson always shows up, so I think it should be more tight end next year. Tight end wide receiver, Gallup should be gone. I think we should let one of the young boys step up. Brandon Cook should be signed again. CD gonna get paid. Mike gonna get paid. Dak gonna get extended for sure. Dan Quinn gone. He gotta go. Dan Quinn's don't go, then I'll move. I'm just gonna be a football fan. I'm done with this shit. But it's gonna be a fun offseason. I don't watch football no more though because I'm not in there. So I'll probably catch this game tomorrow though, low key. That's because Ravens versus Houston. I like it. But over to that though, yeah, man. What a time being a Cowboys fan, bro. Same shit every year though. This year ain't really hurt that bad. Last year hurt it way worse. Last year hurt it way worse.
This didn't hurt?
Nah. I was actually upset last year. This year I was like, fuck it.
I mean, it's like y'all used to it, but it's like, yeah. And y'all actually y'all were in a divisional like last year, so I get
it. Yeah, it was just like, fuck it. We move. But next year, we don't know how to run the ball, yo. And we can't stop the run, yo. Shit gonna get unchy, yo. This if the first game of the year don't go well, yo. I'm done, yo. The first game of the year don't go well, I'm done.
The first game always go well.
Dan unmuted himself, bro.
I mean, we play all comp. We play all comp next year, so it's really not we play the Ravens, we play the Bengals, we play the Steelers. We play play Houston. We play CJ Stroud and them. So it's comp. We play. I don't think we play the 49ers next year. But yeah, it's gonna be comp. It's gonna be comp. So
man.
I don't know. People gonna say you should fire Dak, but Dak's the second best QB this year. Is like, who the fuck else you gonna find better than him? Like,
Dak said he should fire Dak. And Mike
he said
McCarthy gone.
He said he played like ass. He said he played like ass, but I mean,
that's your MVP though.
It is. I mean, it still is. He played a great
I'm not give it to him. Give him the MVP.
I mean, I would. But I mean, he played a great season. But I mean, as soon as you take away CD, like the play calls wasn't there. He couldn't run the ball, so it's like, oh, stick CD shit is done. What I'm saying, and stick CD shit was done. So it was like, yeah, fuck it. But we move.
Dan looking like Sheen and Jimmy Neutron that one episode where his head just got big. He got a lot of thoughts up there, but he got himself on mute. He said he's not gonna say nothing.
I'm just saying, bro. We shouldn't have lost the game, but it's like, hey man, they punched us in our mouth. That's what it is. Couldn't stop the run, bro. Yo, Aaron Jones had like 1,000 yards. I was like, bro, I can go out there and shoot up. They wouldn't stop me. So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who Romeo Dobbs was. Yo was cooking the whole time. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, oh my God, Dan Quinn was blowing me, bro. He was playing zone. We've been running man all year. And now you want to play zone when it matters. Like, and you see the zone is getting cooked. You see zone is getting cooked. And you're like, shit, let's stay in zone. Like, what does that make sense? It didn't make sense to me. But, but right seven comes back. What's that? Jimmy Neutron? 7 comes back next year. Got a lot of thoughts up in there. Yeah. 7 come back next year. Bland will be on the other side. Gilly got to go again. Gilly got cooked. I mean, Romeo doesn't and Gilly look like a freshman, like a JV varsity player. And I'm like, damn. But, Gilly's definitely tough. But
do you think Gilly's this is on the players or on the coaches?
I think it's on the coaches. He was playing man all year. You playing man all year, bro.
Ain't no at home.
Even me at home, we supposed to be playing man. He's playing zone. Jordan Love is out here just sitting in the pocket, throwing off his back foot and hitting right in the zone because it's a zone. So he open because he's just finding a dead spot in the zone. Romeo Dobbs, I don't know what the fuck. He was finding the spot every time. I'm like, yo. Can we get man? Can you get beat by man? It's like, damn, he's the better wide receiver. Bro.
Dan lost in the fantasy playoffs because of Romeo Dobbs. He turned around and get 151. So in the study. So crazy. I'm like, Dan
Quinn was like saying, like, yo, you can't play man. Like there are a bunch of like freshman wide receivers, bro. Like, so I'm sure we can stick them. Yeah, we gonna get big once or twice, but man was way better at that decision. But he wanted to play zone. I think feel me. He out of there anyway. He gonna be a head coach somewhere. You need a new DC. You feel me? Nickel's phony. I don't know why he's running nickel. Like, you ever play Madden? Nickel don't work. Shit get cooked all the time. It's like really bad. Like, oh my God, so bad. But get back to the drawing board. Hopefully, type shit. It's the life of a Dallas Cowboys fan type shit. You feel me? Yeah, I'm done. That's my rant. I'm done.
Wow.
All right, thank you, Zay.
Man, thank you, Zay.
Feel me? I ain't had nothing else to say. I said everything, Dad. Dad. I said everything. Yeah.
He's not gonna say anything. He's just
Dad, we gotta hear from you.
I gotta hear from you. Did I say anything wrong? Yeah. I mean, I owned up to everything. I ain't missed no cards. I ain't done no smoke.
Oh, we're gonna be here all night. Dan's not speaking. I'm telling you, he's not speaking.
And you did say if they didn't make it to the NFC Championship, you would have some words. So I gotta hear those words.
We're not gonna be there.
He's still not gonna talk, bro. He's done. He's changed his mind.
All right, man. All right, let's talk about the Packers versus the 49ers.
All right, so Packers and 49ers.
Oh yeah, where were you? Oh yeah, the 7th round pick.
Oh yeah, okay. So we got Mr. I guess I'm pretty relevant. Brock Purdy, 1-3 for the San Francisco 49ers, who also beat Dak Prescott this year.
Yeah, he beat the defense also.
So
I need to say stop being Dak Prescott, yo. Dak Prescott can't play corner. Dak Prescott can't play corner, yo. But you feel me? But man, that shit over though. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan currently though.
Oh, you are a Packers and a Texans fan.
Go Birds. Go Birds. Let's go. I'm ready to put the Lamar jersey on tomorrow. You feel me? I'm put the Orioles hat on. That's the only thing I got, bro.
So
I'm in this joint with ops. I'm
So
just doing what I.
we got two QBs that put their foot in Dak Prescott this year, Jordan Love and Brock Purdy. Both have pretty stellar showings against Dallas. And you could argue that it's like a good barometer because the Packers defense is a little less uh less effective than the Cowboys defense, and the Niners defense is a lot more effective than Dallas's defense. So this is a nice little, seesaw sliding scale assessment of QB play. Um,
Oh.
if you ask me, we got 23 in the backfield, the best receiving running back in football behind second to Alvin Kamara, if you ask me, but he's definitely out there. Christian McCaffrey, a game record. You got 19 problems in Debo Samuel. And you got the best route runner in the NFC and Brandon Ayuk. I'm just saying, man, it's a lot to cover. But Green Bay just did it with Dallas. Dallas's offense has a lot of weapons, and they firmly put the kibosh on the Cowboys offense. Do I think they're gonna do this to San Fran? No, but they definitely have the ability.
And you said it. They did that to the Cowboys. I'm not missing my chance this time. I'm picking the Packers because I missed it game before that with the Cowboys. I mean, like Dan said, if they could do it to the Cowboys, who's to say they can't do it to Brock Purdy, right? You get some pressure in Brock Purdy's face. He has really just 2 turnovers. That's it. I think Packers win. I'm gonna play it just like the Browns Texans. Joe Flacco threw 2 picks. I said he's gonna throw 2 picks. They lose. Brock Purdy same way. He throw 2 picks. They lose.
So you mean to tell me Brock Purdy might step into an NFC Championship matchup before Dakota Prescott does?
Brock Purdy also has a better team. Can we stop David Dakota out? It's a team game, bro. That defense carried to a championship, bro. And they not gonna really, they probably do. I mean, I like Jared Goff in them, so I don't know. It's gonna be fun though. I think Jordan Love can handle them though. That defense stop the screens is over. So I'm going with Jordan. I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers.
Full choice. Calm little choice. A little calm.
The biggest hope and the biggest worry in the Niners defense is that secondary. That front seven spoken for, but that back four is solid. But it's like they made their bones in the trenches. So I'm not saying it's really gonna throw a party, but if he can get the pass game going, you might have to run to open up the pass. And if he does that, we might be in for something. I still got San Fran though, but I think the Packers have a puncher's chance. I don't know what the spread is, but I think it should be a little shorter than what it may be. I think it'll be a one-score game.
I'll be very
surprised. I say so too.
If the Packers win this game, but I think for the 49ers, this is a must-win game.
Oh, for sure.
You guys have spent millions and millions of dollars on these players. You guys are the money franchise right now. In terms of what you've been able to do with your cap space, you have a QB making less than $1 million, so that gave you more room than any. It gave you an opportunity that nobody in this league has seen ever. I may say.
I mean, the closest thing is Tom Brady, but even that was the Patriots don't spend money anyway. So this is if the Patriots spend money, you would have the 49ers.
Yeah, so this is a must-win. You got CMC, Debo, Kittle. These guys.
Don't hear about Ayuk now.
Ayuk.
Oh yeah, don't forget
Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? Ayuk. The Cameroonian slot receiver. He's out there putting in damage. I find it very hard to see how the 49ers lose this game, but anything can happen, especially in the playoffs.
So
I remember. Wait, maybe not. Am I remembering this properly? I think Raheem Mostert ran for like $125 and like 2 years ago against Green Bay in that playoff game. Or was it Aaron Jones?
Oh, I don't know.
Like I know, the Packers and the 49ers they've had a lot of matches in the playoffs.
And the Packers do have their number as of late.
Yeah, I'm saying. I
It's
mean,
like, all about the Cowboys.
I know. Last year when was that last year? No, the year before last, when they played Aaron Rodgers and handled business there. It was an ugly game, and they had Jimmy Garoppolo at QB that year. So hey, I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying like game manager, just like Brock Purdy, same situation.
Yeah,
so you got a point.
exactly. So it might be some the final score was 13-10 when they played 2 years ago. It's a very ugly game. Yeah. So you flip that score around, one or two things go a different way. Aaron Rodgers only had 225 no TD, but Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't throw a pick. Things can. So I'm looking again this year. I feel like they're gonna key in on Aaron Jones because he had 170 yards from scrimmage the last time they played in the playoffs. So I think if you contain Aaron Jones, I think y'all can come out and get the W this year, because it was 7-3 going into the fourth quarter, and San Fran scored 10 points in the fourth. So I think it's gonna be a scrappy game until the end. Because here we are again. 2 years ago, these teams met in the divisional round, and 2 years later, we had the same matchup. This time in San Fran. So we gotta see. We
definitely will have to see, but I think the pressure is definitely on Brock Purdy in this situation. You've been denoted Mr. Irrelevant multiple times. You showed versus the Ravens that under pressure you will fold. So how are you going to rise to the occasion in this playoff game? The line is set at 9.5 right now for the 49ers as favorites. So you guys are heavily favored in this matchup, and you're at home. Show them that you deserve a real contract, Brock Purdy. That's all.
That's what I think make it worse, bro. I think it make it worse, yo, because the Packers, yo, they're playing with house money. They weren't supposed to be there in the first place, and now they just out there just playing the game, yo. They just have it for you, yo, and they don't care. So it's like, damn.
Defense balling out.
They just ball, and it's like, damn. I don't know if you get the pressure to Brock Purdy, though. I think it's over, though, for sure. So, I mean, he can't really do much. You saw they were down 21, still throwing strings against the Ravens. Like, is that not a problem?
It is.
You're down 21 throwing strings. It's like, yeah, but But who do y'all think got it harder, the 49ers or the Ravens, like, to make it to the NFC Championship, the championships, the 49ers or the Ravens?
I think the 49ers have a more.
I think it's Baltimore.
I feel like it's pretty even.
I think it's Baltimore. It's even, but I will give the nudge to Baltimore. Because I feel like with Brock Purdy, right? He's already been to an NFC Championship. He's shown he can do enough to win you a game. And who did play Seattle last year in the divisional?
Wait, did they have who had the number? Oh, no, Eagles had no. They played the Seahawks in the wild card, because remember
they played. Jesus, was it the Giants? No, the Eagles played the Giants. No, okay, so
they played them in the division. The Eagles played the Giants in the divisional.
So San Fran. So who had the 1 seed? Eagles. Oh, Philly. Okay.
They play Philly.
Remember, because the Seahawks and 49ers play right before me and Zay pulled up for the Chargers Jaguars game.
Right.
That was wild card.
And then the divisional San Fran played. Who did they play in the division? Whomever.
They played us, bro. They played us.
Dallas.
Oh, wow. Why was that so hard, bro?
I didn't even mean to do it, bro. I didn't even do it.
No cap, bro. No cap. We didn't plan it. Like I
didn't even do it on purpose, bro. I didn't even do it on purpose.
That's crazy. And then, that was so hard.
Well, unfortunately, based off my analysis, I feel like he's played competition that in the playoffs and shown that he's very capable. If that defense doesn't feel the usually does, I think they come out with the W. But, I'll give Jordan Love a puncher's chance. I mean, it's a close game in the fourth quarter. it's anyone's ball game. I feel like the San Fran has to pull away early because if they don't, it's right there for the taking for Green Bay.
Yeah.
What I'll say, now that I've thought about it, I think the Ravens have a harder road because right now in the AFC, you got 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. You've had some upsets in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
Buccaneers versus Lions. The Lions are no cakewalk, but the Buccaneers, this wasn't expected. And you have the 49ers versus the Packers. If the 49ers don't beat the Packers, they don't deserve to be in the NFC Championship.
Facts. I like that.
Yeah.
So I'd say the Ravens have the harder road, and there's definitely more pressure on Lamar. He's doing something that hasn't been done by a dual threat black QB before.
Yeah. Like it says, winner bust. Like Brian said, winner bust. Because
how do y'all think they're gonna go this weekend though? I guess
it has to be. It has like I know we biased because we Ravens fans, but it has to be the Ravens, bro. Like we don't win tomorrow, boy. I can't defend nothing. I really can't. I can't defend nothing Lamar got going on because I can't.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be bad. They're gonna be on him like crazy if we lose.
I think the Ravens are just this Ravens team is just well put together. So it's hard for me. Yeah. So it's hard for me to really see them taking the L here, especially when they've been. First of all, you came out the AFC North, one of the most physical divisions in sports, period. And on top of that, you were the 1 seed, beating the likes of Seattle, Detroit, San Fran, Miami, amongst others. So, like I've been saying, I think Lamar's going to win the MVP, and we're going to see him in Vegas. So this is just the step into doing that.
Absolutely.
Contrary to popular belief, I also have the Ravens winning this game, right? But only if one thing happens. If they don't start slow, and don't let CJ pop off early, it's over. But if they come out there sluggish and let Nico and CJ get up a touchdown or two, it's gonna get bad. If they click at the beginning, it's over. I mean, it should be over. You know,
y'all do need to protect the pill. Protect that pill.
I think this one be more of a breeze. But then you go to the NFC Championship, should be a good game. Should be a good game between any other two teams that make it there. Yeah, Bills or the Chiefs. Doesn't matter. Be a great game.
We gotta talk about those two games: Bills, Chiefs, and the Bucks, Lions.
Let's talk about the Bucks, Lions.
Yeah, say the Bills, Chiefs for last.
Battle of the #1 overall picks. The All-American rejects facing off in the divisional round.
2 quarterbacks who got second chances.
Hey man, I'm Team Baker, yo. I don't know, yo. Baker is who Johnny Manziel was supposed to be, bro. Baker is simply who Johnny Manziel was supposed to be, bro. You know?
Yeah.
I'm rocking with Baker, yo. I'm rocking with Baker.
I'm gonna rock with Detroit just because Dan has made me see the light with Jared Goff with like the past years. Oh my bad. JG, but yeah, he made me see the light for the past 3 years. I was trying to deny it. I'm like, nah. Again, like you said, he be short circuiting sometimes and it be killing me. That's why I don't be wanting to, believe in him. But I'm behind Detroit on this one, and I kind of want to see them in the Super Bowl. I kind of do.
Man, Jared Goff, former #1 overall pick. He's had some down. He broke his thumb, yo. You can't play quarterback with a broken thumb. And he played the whole season with a broken thumb. He sucked, but he played. He had Jeff Fisher as a rookie. Jeff Fisher is awful. So when you give Jared Goff the pieces he needs to perform as a competent QB, when he doesn't short circuit, he's a competent QB.
Yeah.
Now with Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, it's a very similar story. #1 overall. Show promise. He had 3 head coaches in 2 years. Hugh Jackson, Mike Patton. No, not Mike Patton. Freddie Kitchens and amongst
Kitchens.
exactly amongst others. So it's like I feel like Baker and JG are in stable situations now. So it's a mirror match, Loki. You got Mike Evans and Lamar. You got K Dot's all right, but you got Sam Laporta and K Dot. You got Rashard by Jameer Gibbs. It's a very similar matchup. It's very similar matchup.
Very good defenses too. Solid defenses too.
Yeah. Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator for the Lions, he's an animal. Like he can really coach up a defense.
You got Danny Campbell with that defensive mind already too as a back.
Yeah. You got
two together.
Aiden Hutchinson in Detroit, Shaq Barrett in Tampa Bay. Levante David in Tampa Bay, Jack Campbell in Detroit. It's a very similar, it's like very much like This is gonna be and listen, I think it's gonna be another fight. That Rams game was a battle. I think this one's gonna be another battle too.
I think this could be I say I could see it being just like the Rams Lions, but I think this actually may surprisingly be game of the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm
not
I know it's gonna sound crazy.
We gotta go to Buffalo to be the game of the weekend, bro.
I know it sounds crazy because we got Buffalo and the Chiefs, but I think the Bucks Lions could be. All right, you know what? No, I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna say Bucks Lions best game of the weekend.
Yo, because like I don't know why, but I feel like the Bills are about to get rammed, bro. I don't know why.
Nah, bro. I think the Bills are shooing for the AFC Championship, bro. The way that Stephon and him are actually clicking now, and it's at the right time. It's at the right time. They're ready to click. It's at the right time. They got Baltimore next week. I don't want to put nothing in the future, but things go well. They have Baltimore next week, and that'll be the game to watch. I don't think NFC is gonna be much spectacular. I don't think it's gonna be very spectacular, but the AFC is definitely.
Treating the Bills like the Cowboys, man. Like I'm putting faith in them. Lose, I'm done. Finished. I will not pick the Bills in any situation ever again.
I feel that, bro.
So that's why I'm putting faith in the Bills. So I got the Bills.
Y'all gotta remember. Andy Reid will coach circles around Sean McDermott. Andy Reid is the offensive mind, but he low key got a defensive mind too. And Coach Bags, I already told y'all about Coach Bags, bro.
Like that.
And this is one of the best Chief defenses I've seen in the last decade. So, and Josh Allen is Carson Wentz reincarnated. So, I'm just saying, man, I'm gonna say win because I had Kansas City winning. When the Bills lose, don't be surprised.
I'm not. I won't be surprised. It just makes me know that I don't ever need to pick them in any situation.
Yeah.
Just like
I think the Bills win, right? They win by it's gonna be a close game. Then I think they go see Baltimore, right? Then that'll be
it will be Baltimore.
I'll say in the event that the Bills beat this Chiefs and go to the bank.
I think the Bills won by 3, but they ain't pull it out. No hating shit. Like, I just think they simply pull it out, win by 3.
Okay.
I don't know because Marlon's injured. Right?
He's out. Yeah, he's out. But he only played 9 games. In those 9 games, he had 1 pick, which came in at Niners ricochet, and then like 5 pass defense in 9 games. So he hasn't even been playing well. I mean, because of the injuries, of course. But Brandon Stevens we trust.
So guys,
Amen.
Sunday football.
Speak for yourself.
I didn't even talk about the Buccaneers Lions.
Oh, my bad, Ryan.
The Lions are going to win this game because one thing is proven in NFL history is a good defense and a team that can run the ball well will prevail. Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery and the city of Detroit, they're here to play. It's motorsport. It's very clear.
I like what you did there.
Thank you. The Buccaneers, they'll try and keep it close. And I think it will be a close game. But I think ultimately, when you have Aiden Hutchinson breathing down your neck all game, you're going to crumble. I don't think Baker Mayfield is bad by any regard. but I have more faith in a team that can run the ball well than a team that relies on putting it in the air. And then you guys were already talking about the Chiefs Bills. When we look at the Chiefs,
hold on. Jared. Oh, if it shows, Jared Goff and Sam Laporta. Dan, no.
You're not serious.
can you describe that graphic? What is that?
Oh, so it's the Motor City Machine Guns. If you watch wrestling, I already know what Zay about to say, but if you watch wrestling, if you watch TNA, you know. But if it pops up, yeah, Motor City Machine Guns from Detroit. Shoot, they could be at the game. Who knows? But that's Jared Goff, Sam Laporta right there. But go ahead. Bills.
You are the most unserious human being on earth.
Chiefs and Bills. This is actually this is the game of the week. This could actually go either way. I honestly don't know. This is a revenge game for the Bills. From the last playoff series. And it's coming through Buffalo. You guys have to remember, this is the first time the Chiefs have ever gone on the road this week.
Right.
First time ever in the playoffs. Whew, and that Buffalo cold, the Ravens have felt it is different, and it'll do something to you. That Buffalo stadium is different. Playing at Buffalo, in Buffalo, is different. And I like the Bills to come out of there because playing in Buffalo is different. And the fans of Buffalo, they know. They're built for it, that weather. And I will say, yes, the Chiefs were playing in -15. Try sub 20 with wind chill and snow and ice. And it's been snowing all week.
Still? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Hey, it snowed last night. It snowed this morning. Come on.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, it was coming from the north, so yeah, it would make sense. It's still snowing there. Yeah.
You know the North, they get it bad.
Glad I'm not there. But, I mean, like I said, I'm treating the Bills like the Cowboys. I'm putting trust in them. Bills lose. I will never put trust in them ever again. Josh Allen legacy game right here. He don't beat Mahomes. Of course, he's not gonna get talked about like worse than Lamar, but I mean, it's a legacy game. You don't beat Mahomes. It's just gonna be for the rest of his career. He can't get over that hump beating the Chiefs, so that's how he's gonna be remembered.
That is true. But do you guys think that the Chiefs will play differently on the road?
No.
I don't think they will.
No.
It's just a matter of like who's gonna come out. Like who wants it more? It's like Mahomes been there. He got 2 ships, but he's still fighting. But Josh Allen can't get over the hump of beating Mahomes. He could beat him in regular season. Hasn't beaten him in the playoffs yet.
That's true. He beat him in Arrowhead.
Yeah. Let's see if we could beat him at home.
I think Sean McDermott can't hold a candle to Andy Reid. So that's it. That's about it. I think Pacheco has a pretty decent game. And I feel like they're not going to air it out too much because in the playoffs, you got to protect the football, and this gunslinger behavior causes turnovers, as you see with Josh Allen.
James Cook masterclass.
Going 15 picks a year. So, you know, I just think there'll be a lot of toting actually, but even still, when the ball's put through the air, I think the Chiefs just air it out a little more efficiently, unless you know these receivers start selling again. But I doubt it. I think it's a postseason, and Patrick Mahomes sent pictures of all their addresses and say, "Hey, you will not walk another step in Missouri if you drop a football here." So,
Kadarius Toney, if he play, is he playing?
Probably not. He'll probably be marked as inactive. He didn't play in the wild card. So
he a healthy scratch again.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yep. So be on the lookout. I think double RNT can't get a lot done. I think Pacheco tilts it, and the Chiefs will come out with the W.
Well, it's a Bills beat down. Definitely a Bills beat down. I think Josh Allen stuff on Diggs. Cooking
Where's my book?
Cooking them at the right time.
Where's my book?
I think they're at the right place, right time, right now.
Oh no, it says Tony's expected to play. Oh, this is from 20.
Kadarius Tony playing? Give me the
No.
Bills.
This article was
He
from
said, "Give the
2022.
Bills by 100."
No,
Darius
this
Tony is
article was from
actively
2022.
sabotaging people, yo.
I'm tripping. This from 2022.
He's playing the drums in the locker room to get them motivated. He's playing Madden with Marquez out of their scammer.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, I think this will be a very, very close game and it can go either way. But I do think that the Bills will edge out the Chiefs. What do you think, Jordan?
I got Bills.
Bills? All right, Danny rocking with the Chiefs. Hey, you might shock the world. But
I guess.
But we were talking about coaches. We were talking about Andy Reid, Sean McDermott. But a big narrative that we haven't really talked about this year is the year of the great coach migration. Right. A lot of NFL teams are looking for new head coaches, right? What, Dan, do you know how many teams exactly are looking for head coaches?
I don't have the exact number, but I'm going to go through some of the team names. I'll pull up. I know the Falcons, the Commanders, Patriots. Well, the Patriots got a new coach, but these coaches were fired. The Falcons, the Commanders, the Patriots, the Chargers, the Titans, the...
You said Raiders?
That's got to be
yeah, what's the name? Josh McDaniels got fired. It was a Black Monday really early in the middle of the season, and then got into by week 18. It got
actually getting signed. By the way,
my guy, AP Coach AP, full-time head coach in Vegas. I love to see it, but yeah, there's a lot going on. A lot of teams decide to go nuclear in their front offices, and it looks like, hey man, this Caleb Williams hysteria is shaking up a lot of franchises.
It is,
as you can see. So I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of different looks. You know, Coach Belichick potentially could be a Falcon coaching the Falcons soon. You know, you got, you know what's crazy? I used to use Jerome Mayo in Madden, and now he's coaching.
Yeah, we old, bro.
The Patriots. So I used to use Antonio Pierce in Madden, and now he's coaching the Raiders. So we're in an era where a lot of our OGs are now taking the next step in their football careers and stepping into that coaching mold. And
Wes Walker too. I forgot about him.
Oh yeah, I think he's like a wide receiver coach for the Dolphins
Broncos.
or something like.
Or
the Dolphins or something. Like
Dolphins.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot going on. And you know, we gotta see what happens. I know the Commanders are still looking for their head coach, but Adam Peters, I believe, is the GM's name. They're looking to interview Ben Johnson, the Lions OC, as a potential head coach there. He has some familiarity with Sam Howell, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So, the Panthers have by far requested the most interviews out of anybody. They're interviewing the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers, Dave Canales, Ben Johnson, OC for Detroit, Bobby Slowick, OC for Houston, Brian Johnson, OC for Philly, Dan Quinn, DC for Dallas,
yep.
Mike McDonald, DC for Baltimore, Todd Monken, OC for Baltimore. And let me say, can we please just keep our coaches for more than 2 years? We just got Todd Monken.
I would love to.
Like, I'm gonna have, I mean, play bad football. That's how you keep coaching.
Chill.
You keep coaching by playing bad football.
Chill.
Fortunately, Brian Callahan, OC for Cincinnati, Raheem Morris, DC for LA Rams. So that's all together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 requests, right? The most by any franchise. I think the Chargers also have a lot, and also the Titans also have 1, 2, 3.
You said this is Atlanta you're talking about?
No, Carolina.
Oh, nobody's
the Titans have one more. They're also interviewing Mike Kafka for the Giants.
I remember him playing QB. Yo, like these guys were players, and when I started watching football.
Old. We are old. I'm
Mike
turning
Kafka,
24 this
he
year,
was like,
bro.
man,
there's players in the NFL younger than you. It's time to realize where we are.
Stop.
Bro.
Don't ever say that to me again. I don't need to.
DJ Stroud is younger than both of us.
Salute. Shout out to Buddy.
I think he was born in 02 or 01. I think he was born in 02.
Yeah, I think he's the 01 baby.
Yeah. But what do you guys make of all this coach shifts? What do you guys think is gonna end up happening? Who do you think is gonna get the best coach out of this situation? Which team?
It's hard to say.
Honestly, I think whoever get Mike Vrabel, like I think if I'm trying to think of like a low key, okay, decent like team that doesn't have a quarterback looking for a quarterback, and they get it in the draft and they get Mike Vrabel. Because I don't think the Titans should have let him go. Like I don't think that was necessary. But I mean, I think they're trying to do a full rebuild. But I think Mike Vrabel is a great coach. Whoever gets them, yeah.
Hey, I doubt he'll want to, take a step back and become a DC again. But hypothetically, Eric Bieniemy on offense, Mike Vrabel on defense. That might be something in Washington.
You know where I thought you were going with this?
Shoot.
Belichick and Vrabel in Atlanta. I thought you were going there. I mean, you cooked either way, but I thought you were going there.
Even that might be something.
Former coach and player, now coach and coach.
That might be something. That might be something indeed.
I kind of rather it be somewhere else, but I guess Atlanta, since Bill Belichick is going there, that would be crazy.
Maybe the Chargers. Oh, never mind.
Why is it never mind? Are you? Oh yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
I think
we got him.
That the Commanders will actually build into a very formidable team in the next 5 years under the management that they have with
Adam Peters, Magic Johnson, Bob Myers, etc.
Yeah, Magic Johnson is a winner. Just to be clear. And I think that him being in that ownership room for the Commanders is very beneficial for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on Steve Wilkes.
Oh, no.
Or maybe even I don't know. Honestly, they're gonna get somebody, but I think whoever they get, it'll be a good look for the Commanders, and they'll be trending in a positive direction.
Good luck to them.
Dan's original team for those who are
I watch football.
First time.
I watch football.
I thought you were a Chiefs fan.
No, I watch football.
You watch this football, bro. I've already.
I watch football and I play fantasy football. So that's it. And then that's it. I have no allegiance. Relax, dang, officer. I have no allegiance to no franchise.
Well, but before we move off of the NFL, Dan, I believe you had a question about like something about the season changing, the length of the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's a 17-game season, right? Do y'all think the records broken in the 17-game season should they be held to the same benchmark as the 16-game records, or should they be all separate? Like you know what I'm saying? Should they be mutually exclusive?
Exclusive, because I mean, they did it in 16 games, then you should do it in 16 games. You doing,
What do you think, Ryan?
I think it should be separated. More wear and tear on the body in 17 games, but that makes for more intense football in 16 games. At the end of the day, the extension of the season is always just a money grab. The owners are just trying to get more money. And it's always just negative for the players. There was a big hoopla. When did they extend it to 16 games?
I mean,
was it?
It was like 2022.
Been 2020.
How many game extensions have there been?
It was a 2021-2022 season, so this is the third season.
Yeah. There's been a few. I know at one point it was like 11. It went from like 10 to 11 to 12 to 13 to 15 to 16 to 17 now.
So we used to get 10 games of football a season, and we're wondering why players are getting injured, people are hurt. We're playing, they're shooting up for 17 games, and then you go to playoffs. So some people are playing.
Saturday games, bro. The Saturday, the Black Christmas, or whatever, Black Friday game. Like all these Saturday games are crazy.
Yeah, you got people suiting up for what 21 games out of the year, and then I think OTA start in like what April or something like that. So how much are these?
Yeah, Mayish. Yeah,
April, May. So how much rest are these players really getting in between the season?
Really? I mean, if we just go baseline, like knowing the teams that don't make the playoffs, because they still go till like first week of January, and back in the day, first week of January was wild card, and that's now week 18. So they really getting obviously the rest of January, February, March, and then they right back in April. So it's really like 2.5 months.
You get
For
two and
people
a
that
half
didn't make the
off.
playoffs.
You get 2.5 months off, and then you're back to it. And then we got the draft. When's the draft? Isn't it
April.
Mid-April.
Mid-April. So by April, the season's getting ready to rev back up. Players are back in the facilities and things of that nature. And really, I think the long season, yes, the fans want to see more football, but I want these guys to stay healthy, right? At the end of the day, we're all human. 17 games, and then you got some 4-game postseasons for some teams, 3 for some other teams. So 20 to 21 weeks of football, and then you're back at it 2-3 months later. So you play 21 weeks, and then you start preparing after 8 to 10 weeks. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't seem sustainable in the long run.
Yeah. I feel like they should have kept it at 16, but just lowered the preseason games to 3 still.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no point in like having to add. I mean, I know they wanted to make it like even, like they're playing 20 games, but they could have took away preseason game and it still kept 16. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What do you think, Zay?
I think I like the longer season simply because me, I like being able to watch football for a week longer. But it is a health problem, But I also think those records that were done in 16 games hold more value than the ones that be broken with 17 games. So like if Tyreek Hill was to break the record that he was supposed to break this year in the 17 game, I think it wouldn't be more, substantial for the one that did in the 16 because of the one. But yeah. But aren't they talking about making the season even longer though?
Again?
Really?
Insane. If they are, that's insane. And honestly,
football better be year-round, guys.
I mean, it is. USL was it?
Yeah,
the
USF. Well, no, the UFL. The UFL.
They combined,
and you got a few familiar names in the UFL that were drafted. For those who don't know, the USFL and the XFL merged under the ownership of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and co. And a few notable names are now in the UFL. The likes of, let me pull up my list. You got a Vic Beasley, former Atlanta Falcons linebacker. You got Corey Coleman, I believe. You got Marquette King, if you know, you know. You got a few former NFL players are now in the UFL. So I'm looking forward to watching. I feel it's gonna be interesting. You got Deion Kane, former Raven. You got is that David Blau? No, that's not David Blau. Who is that? Anyway, so yeah, so basically the football's rivalry year round. I feel like the spring league is gonna make a good amount of money, and when it does, we're gonna be having football damn near every day. So
yeah,
this is too much. I mean, I remember when people were joking about it being They wanted to be as long as the NBA season, 82 games.
Oh yeah. I got CTE week 45 of my bye week. Yeah, okay.
They're gonna somehow make the CTE spread like COVID.
I like the
That's
season right now. I think the season is perfectly long. It runs until But to me, I'm a sports guy, so I watch the sports that people don't watch. So like hockey and baseball already come back. Spring training is next month, so
yes,
I
sir.
might
Yes,
have to
sir.
tap back into baseball.
I'm watching. I'm
spring
gonna
training.
watch.
But,
It's on my New
words
Year's
I
resolution to
didn't
watch
think Dan would
baseball
say
this
10
year.
years
I don't
ago.
promote gambling here on the podcast, Fever Pitch podcast, but minus 1.5 on the Dodgers. It might be a lock this year. I don't know. Minus 1.5 every game on the Dodgers might be a lock this year.
Man.
What is it? What is minus 1.5 what?
To win the game. So beat
The
them.
run line. Do your own research. We do not know. We do not condone when these are not my thoughts or opinions. This is always a suggestion for don't sue us. Thank you.
I wonder if
I'm just saying, they're simply becoming the 2018 Warriors. I don't know what 2018, right? That's when they won that.
Yeah.
That's when they had KD,
Yeah.
Steph, and Clay.
17, 18.
I was 16.
2016.
Wait.
17, 18. 17, 18.
That was 18. Yeah,
They're
no,
simply
you're right.
becoming them, and if you dabble in futures, Dodgers to win the World Series, Dodgers to win that league, might be a lock, but it's gonna be a great baseball season. I'm trying
I'm
to
looking.
yeah.
I'm still stuck on these UFL rosters, yo. Like you got hold on.
Yeah,
hold
let me
on.
look these.
Like some of these names make me feel old, bro. Because it's like obviously they're getting the second win, but it's like they just disappear from the NFL. Now they get the second opportunity. I'm gonna tune in.
Wait. How did they do the rosters? They just randomly drafted.
It was like a player pool. So they just said, yeah, give me him, give me him, give me him, give me him.
Who? Hold on, let me.
Yeah, AJ Hendy from Maryland. If you know, you know. You got I'm looking at some of these. Like you got Tease Tabor from Florida. Got Jordan VC.
Boy, I thought that said Calvin Johnson. I thought that said Calvin Johnson. Calvin Jackson. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Imagine Calvin Johnson being inducted into the Hall of Fame and then going to the UFL just because.
Just for giggles.
Football February 16th, right?
I believe so.
Guys,
The DC Defenders to see if we have anyone.
Baseball skill. Baseball gonna be a great season. I'm gonna try. Dang, I gotta sleep for the MCAS. I'm not gonna be able to hit as many games as I wanted this year.
Salute. More power to you.
Yes, sir. But Dan, talk to us about some of this basketball. Talk to us about the NBA. What's going on?
Where do I begin? Oh, most recently,
yeah,
I know. Most recently, Pascal Siakam got dealt to Indianapolis. He's a Pacer now. The Raptors are in full rebuild mode. They traded OG to the Knicks a couple weeks ago, and now Pascal he's a Pacer. Say that 3 times fast. I don't know why they moving all the Africans. First they moved the Nigerian, now they moving the Cameroonian. What's wrong with Canada? Anyway, I'm just kidding. But I think it's I think it's a good move for Indy. They, Brian, remember we were talking about winning the ring or getting paid? Bruce Brown won the championship with the Nuggets, signed a contract with the Pacers, and didn't even play a full season. Now he's in Canada.
Hey.
He could just stayed in Denver, potentially got another ring, but now he's in Canada doing God knows what. Anyway,
he's getting paid still.
Hey man, not for long. If you know, you know.
Hey, real quick, did y'all know Fred Warner had a brother in the UFL?
Did you know?
He's a safety from
Makes
BYU.
Sense. Makes even more sense. I'm watching the UFL, man.
Roy Warner.
But yeah, the NBA, like I said, the regular season starts after Christmas for me, and we are almost a month removed from Christmas. And John Moran's unfortunately grand opening, grand closing. Had to sit down for a little bit, came back, it was looking promising, and now he got to sit down again with a wrist injury. So the Grizzlies are going to suck this year, as they have been thus far. So that's one less headache in the West. But when one headache goes, another one rises. The Timberwolves, man, they look good. Ant-Man, real deal. Real deal Holyfield Ant-Man. Send the video if you know you know. Boston is still Boston. I feel like the East has to run through Boston. I know a lot of people were a little worried about Damon Giannis. They don't really move me right now. I think Boston's gonna come out in the East, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I mean the playoffs are All-Star weekend is about a month away. Playoffs are not too far after that. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for sure.
Never too early to talk about March Madness. Another lock we don't betting, but Caitlin Clark, she's simply better than LeBron. So
Well, let's relax.
simply better than LeBron. She shoot that thing. She's the best player in college football, college basketball. Women's and men's. I don't know, but she was great to watch.
Y'all doing brackets this year?
My bracket,
of course,
immediately.
The fever pitch bracket will be made.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all got to start me. I don't follow college basketball, bro.
We might have to do a whole bracket build episode.
Hey man, we just might be on the lookout. Be on the lookout.
All right.
See, but this is like the best time of the year, right? You get the NFL playoffs, and you get the Super Bowl, then you get the All-Star game in the NBA, and then you get March Madness, and then you get the NBA playoffs, and then you get the NFL draft.
Then you get
jacked. And then you get spring training.
Then you get the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup's coming up soon too. NHL fans, I'm an NHL fan. Dallas for so this year, but
Stars can pull it out. All Dallas. All Dallas.
But I gotta take it back to 2 years ago. We had like in the NFL playoffs, euphoria every Sunday, bro.
Euphoria every Sunday,
crazy.
Bro. Euphoria was
Super Bowl. Watch Euphoria right after Super Bowl. Bengals Rams. That was.
I remember that. That was crazy.
That
was Super Bowl straight into Euphoria.
That was crazy. Yo, shout out to Cindy Sweetie if you're watching this. We love you on this podcast, including me and Jordan. We actually love you on this podcast.
The following statement said by Isaiah Cole's
not cap.
Fever Pitch Podcast.
Damn left. Damn left. He's done, bro.
We're here to talk about sports.
I'm gonna say she's a great actor. That's all I'm saying.
Actress. I'm sure you love her assets. But Dan, talk to us about what else is going on in the sports world.
Dan gone, bro.
Oh, Dan gone.
Dan gone. Oh, he back.
Did we talk about the national championship? Did we talk about Michigan won the national championship?
I think we briefly touched on.
I gotta find that TikTok to that last play. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I think we highlighted this before, but John Moran has played 8 games and he had more All-Star votes than LaMelo Ball and De'Aaron Fox. I think that's crazy. I think that's very crazy. I just really hope. I don't know. Like, with the All-Star voting and all that, I feel like it don't really hold weight. Same with the Pro Bowl. It's like I feel like they need to make a way to really incentivize and reward the players that are really hooping. But they don't really be doing that nowadays.
Did Ja Morant get hurt?
Yeah, wrist injury.
Out for the season.
But
Alabama on the last play.
But before we get out of here, just for laughs, I know we were talking a lot about the Ravens. I want to see who can name the most Ravens in the next 90 seconds before we end this show. We're gonna go counterclockwise.
Wait, we just pick anyone? Like,
oh yeah. Let's put my wheel.
What
start with the Ravens.
What are the rules?
Do we go through the same players or?
All right. I got you. So I got a wheel. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you say.
I got a wheel. Yeah, I got a wheel with all 32 teams, and I got another wheel with all positions. So hopefully it lands on the Ravens. If it doesn't, hey man, good luck, Charlie. But I'm gonna spin my wheel. You have to name whatever all-time quarterback or running back for the Steelers or whatever the case may be. So let's see. Let me get my wheel out. Any player that has worn that jersey and played that position for that team. So you can be as obscure as you want.
Team and positions?
Yeah. So I'm gonna spin my wheel, and let's say it's like Broncos wide receivers. If he was a wide receiver for the Broncos at any point, It's good with me.
Who's going first?
I'm
I'll go first. You go down the line.
all right, bet. About spinning my wheel right now. Here we go. Zay, I need you to name any wide receiver.
You better say like the Raiders or something.
Yeah, I need you to name any wide receiver that has played for the. Here we go.
It's about to be Raiders.
Played for the. Minnesota Vikings.
Jay Jettis.
All right, that's one. Kid. That's one. All right, who's next? Who's next?
I'll go next.
Oh, okay.
All right, Brian. I'm gonna need you to name any. Tight end that has played for the. Oh, wrong wheel. Played for the. Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, easy. What's his name? Travis Kelce.
Travis
What's his
Kelce.
name?
All right, my brother Jordan. I need you to name any.
Bro, they about to give me like
Offensive guard for the Indianapolis
bro,
Colts.
they about to give me something crazy. You about to give me
Wide
like
receiver that has played for the. Come on, why top? Why
they're
can't
gonna be
you?
like a
Come
left
on.
guard for the Cardinals or something.
Any wide receiver that has played for the. Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears.
So let me get Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool. I like it.
All
right, Dan.
Wait,
you got listen. You
I was
got
gonna say who's spinning for you.
I'm spinning for
Right.
me.
You spinning for me.
Wait, drop.
Yeah,
I can probably. It's probably a little.
yeah, I got a freebie, so I just gotta name any player ever that's played for. Hey man, I made the wheel, but I didn't make the wheel.
Yeah.
The Patriots. I'm gonna go with Danny Amendola. You know, I like to keep it obscure. I'm gonna
We all
send the
going?
link.
Or
Yeah,
you
I'm
just-
gonna send the link for the wheel.
We can do. Let's do one more round of this, and then I know there's some stuff going on in boxing that you put on here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anyone with the link can spin the wheel, of course. Continue. Copy. All right, guys. Let's have some fun. You know, this might be a low weekly thing here at the.
Oh wait, is there
podcast.
is it just a wheel for positions?
Positions and teams? Yeah.
Where's the
I got it.
I got you.
Who's next?
Damn, I got kicker.
I
Alright, so for Zay, QB for let's get the team.
Got receiver.
Zay, give me a QB for the Buccaneers.
My boy Baker.
Bro got the cheese in.
Tommy. Jameis. I got you. I got kicker for. Kicker for. Second. Wow. Oh. Is it gonna be? Who's gonna be? Chiefs.
Kicker for the Chiefs, isn't it Bucker?
Oh yeah, that's one. Yeah.
there's one right here.
That's
All
one.
right, for Jordan, give me a D lineman for the Patriots.
Do I?
Oh,
man.
Vince Wilfork.
All time, man. Don't think too hard.
Oh, I was. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was thinking, bro. Vince
I would have been
all time.
Vince Wilfork. Nah, they had some stuff back there. Vince Wilfork.
All right. Dan, let me get a safety for the Bengals.
Damn.
Oh, come on, Dan. This your.
I know. I was trying to go obscure, you know. I like to, you know. I'm in my immaculate grip bag. I'm trying to think. I can't think. So I'm gonna take the easy way. I'll go Jesse Bates.
All right, bet. All
What
right.
about Padman Jones? Wasn't he a safety or he's a corner?
He was a corner. He was a
Oh,
corner.
We gotta hop on here and do a whole round of these mini games.
For sure.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that one of these.
We gotta do like the top 10 receiving for like the Cardinals.
Low key, to end off the pod. Hey, you guys let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. Let us know in the comments on YouTube or let us know on Instagram. Let us know if that would be something you guys
you know, and just so the fans can get a visual, let me share my screen. Brian, can I get going real quick? I'm gonna do one more. One more for the road.
I need something crazy.
Yeah, one more for the road. One more for the road.
You go ahead.
For all the dogs, for all the golfs, for all the golfs.
JD.
All right, gentlemen, my brothers in pod. I need each of you to name one. Name one Tampa Bay Buccaneer that has played.
I'm gonna go first.
Uh-oh.
Dang, bro.
Damn.
I need one corner from each of you that's played for Tampa Bay.
A cornerback from the Buccaneers?
All the time.
I don't even know.
All the time.
I'm tripped. Wait, no.
Oh, did they have
Dang, bro. I thought
I actually don't know.
I got a couple.
I got a couple. They like way back. Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking wait, Buccaneers? I don't know why, but I just know that Jalen Ramsey didn't pay for the Buccaneers. I'm trying to think of a corner that played for
bro, that was disgusting.
I'm just ready to name some trouble, man. You know.
Hey man.
I think Akeem Talib did.
That's one. That's one.
Akeem Talib.
They got one.
Was a journey.
I know Rondé Barber was a safety, but dang.
No, he was a corner. All right, Jordan got one too.
Oh, shit.
All right, first to three. We're going through 3. Let's see this 3. All right, gentlemen, I need you to name me a. Uh-oh.
I got it.
Hunter?
I got it. I still got it.
To lose.
I got it. It's cool. It's chill, bro.
I need you to name a punter that played
they about to give me something insane.
He said the Cowboys.
Bro, y'all anyone like from any time period?
Yeah. Okay. A Raiders punter.
Hey, chill. I got it.
Jay said it.
I said it already. King.
Okay, King.
Hey,
Brian tapped again.
Brian may lose, yeah.
a punter for the Raiders, man.
It's only me one, yo. King, because I think he was the only black punter ever. So it's like, fuck it.
All right, we can spin it again. First to 3, they got 2.
Isn't AJ
got
Cole?
2. First 3, that's
AJ Cole. There you go. All right, AJ Cole.
I was trying to think who was the punter back in. Oh, Shane. What's his name? Leckler.
Yep. Shane Leckler, my guy.
Brian is like, can we get like a QB?
Shane Leckler.
I
knew Sebastian wasn't.
Any other position?
All right, gentlemen.
All right, wide receivers. Let's go.
Running back.
Hey, let me get this joint first.
That plays for the. Oh my goodness, you get options here. Tennessee Titans.
Hey, Derrick Henry. I got Derrick Henry. I got Derrick Henry.
We got CJ
Spears.
Glendale White.
Tajay Spears, Rondale White. You got Eddie George. You got Earl Campbell. That's a Oilers.
You got did the joystick play? Did the joystick play for them?
No, not Dante Hall. Actually,
what's his name?
No. He put for Chiefs and the Rams.
Chris Johnson.
All right, one more for the road. I'm trying to get a freebie. So we need to get out of here.
Tiebreaker for Jordan and Zay.
All right, gentlemen, I need a safety, not a corner.
I know, no safety.
A safety.
Let's take Dallas Cowboys.
That plays for the. Wow. I need a charge the safety.
Shit.
Wow. Derwin James for the win. And that's the ball game.
Yeah, that sucks.
And that's
I
the
was
ball
trying,
game.
low key, I was trying to think of like back in the Nate Keating days, but
Man, Eric, what?
I'm
Eric,
bugging.
why don't play for the Eric? Why don't play for
Bugging.
Eric, what?
I'm
You
Oh
know.
my god.
But you can't go wrong with Derwin James either.
Yeah, I can't.
So, hey, man. So yeah, I'm gonna make one of these for basketball as well. But just wanted to throw a little wrinkle in there, the wheel of gridiron.
Cool. Yeah. Any other sports news?
None. We talked about Antonio Pierce full time.
We talk about that.
The Falcons gave
hot take, bro. I think Caleb Williams becomes a bust. Hot take. That's just me.
I
That's
could see that.
I don't think you're wrong.
just me though.
I think he does. I think he'll have a slow start in his rookie year because he'll have to adjust to the NFL.
High key, I think Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix overdrafts him. He start his first year, and he have a great year.
I think you'll get like 2 or 3 good seasons out of Bo Nix. He's an old man.
He's young, bro. Bo Nix is young, bro.
Bo Nix is like 25.
That's young.
Not to be entering the NFL.
Yeah, 25-year-old rookie is kind of ham, but hey,
Joe Burrow was 25.
Hey man, beat the odds.
Joe Burrow was 25 when he came in the league, bro.
Yeah, and he's injured now. Osteoporosis. His bones aren't doing good.
Yo, lock in, bro.
Nah, bro. What's it called? All right, there you got any more else before we close out?
Nah, man. It's always good when I get to kick it with the bros. Give you some hot takes, some cold facts. I'm gonna go play some PlayStation, so let's get out of here.
All right, bet, guys. Thank you guys for listening to the Fever Pitch podcast. Please like and subscribe on whatever medium you're listening to. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us a thumbs up and leave us a 5-star rating. It's a new year, guys. It's a new year, and we're rolling hot. Thank you guys for listening to the Fever Pitch podcast. It's been Brian.
And Dan.
Thank you, Jordan. And thank you, Zay. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Stay warm.